Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night's Messages of Love from Above. And as always, super excited about what Creator and Spirit are going to bring through for us. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together and send the love out to the world, and you can receive love as well. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just let that love flow down into our own heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world. Picture the love surrounding the planet and moving inward across all the waters, the land, the air, touching every human heart and every heart that's ready for higher vibrational love. And if you yourself are in need of love tonight for your own heart, your own mind, your body, for a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send the love to you as well. Just take it in like a giant group hug from your spiritual posse. Unconditional love. And you are never, ever alone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space for that. And before we get into the readings, I always like to make sure everyone knows I do have a weekly giveaway every Monday for a personal reading, a recorded reading. And here is the link for the video. I put out a video every Tuesday announcing what I'm giving away the following Monday and how you get into that and any other kind of giveaway news. So next Monday, I'm giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings. And then also, I'm going to be giving monthly giveaways. So be sure to check out the video to see how you can get into all of those if you're interested. And some of that has to do with the monthly readings I put out for each individual zodiac sign. So if you haven't checked out your April readings yet, here is the link to the playlist for that. And also each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this one was really interesting that came out this morning, which is what you don't see about your relationship or relationships. So if you are interested in any of those, you can check those out. And I think that's the main thing I wanted to talk about there. So let us get into the readings. I just need to get my desktop all set up here. So let's take a look here. So I'll get that up here. If you are new to my channel or to these readings, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you here. And how the free readings work is we do go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat. There's not like a special list or anything like that. The chat is the list, and all you have to do is pop your question into the chat, and I will move down in order, first come, first serve down the list. If you don't want to put your business out there and you know, still want a reading, of course, you can just put you want a general reading. Spirit knows what you're looking for, and they will, of course, we'll pull cards based on that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. And so I'll step outside of the free readings. I go deeper into those as well. I'll complete those and then I jump back into the free readings and continue moving down the list. There's not any kind of set donation amount. I understand everyone's finances change from day to day, person to person, country to country, depending on everything that's going on in our world. So I don't look at the dollar amount. A donation's a donation. I honor it. And to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or at the very top on the pinned comment. And in the description box of the video, I have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square if you want to make any that way as well. So that is the skinny on it all. Um, this day, and I'll probably usually use this all weekend. We have the Naked Heart Tarot here, and here's the author. If you guys are interested in picking it up, you know what it looks like, and wherever you buy on the internet. But I'm going to be using that tarot for this, at least this evening. So we will jump into it. All right. Well, I do have a couple donations, so we'll start with those first. Oh, let me just make sure I have my live chat set here so I can see everything live. All right. That all looks good. So up first is Nikitha. So thank you, Nikitha, for your donation. And you'd like to know, how will you meet your future spouse? Arranged or love? All right. Let's take a look here. See what spirit would like you to know. All right. And what else here, please? Okay. All righty. So it actually quite interesting here. I've got here the seven of wands here, which is our drive, our passion, our inspiration. You know, it's kind of this card, even though it looks kind of the way they interpret this is kind of unique, but it actually usually has someone up on a hill being seen. And I kind of feel like there might be an arrangement that doesn't work out here with the death and rebirth card. I kind of feel like there's like a start of because I almost feel like you're on stage, you're being presented, and I just feel like um it just doesn't come to fruition. And it doesn't come to fruition for you because it's meant for you to move forward in life. So when it doesn't, look, when the arrangement doesn't quite pan out, just know here you've got the Heart of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups, all emotion and heart, and the Eight of Pentacles that moves forward here. And I feel like this is more love feeling to me with the Queen of Cups, because she not only rolls over emotion, but she's given a second portion of emotion, which means deep, deep emotional sense and feeling. And the Eight of Pentacles is about movement that unfolds in the outside world. So I feel like it's like arrangement first, but and it doesn't doesn't get to where it's finalized. It just, some talks happen, but it's like spirit pushes them away. No, because that's not what they want for you. And then I feel like love comes, but it does come here. It takes a little bit of while for the love to come your way. With the Hanged Man, it usually looks like a cocoon where the caterpillar's in there, and there's this unfolding that takes time to transform. And this even reminds me of like when like a program is loading on a computer or something. It's like, oh my god, it feels like it's taking forever, but it does unfold. But I feel like it's more out of love than it is out of an arrangement, even though an arrangement starts off first. So that is what is coming through here right now, Nikitha. So I like that. So again, they say when the arrangement kind of gets repelled away from you, it's spirit doing it because it's not for you. There's something more in alignment for you in your path. So that is what they have coming through for you, Nikitha. So I like that for you. And that's what's coming through. So many, many blessings. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, Christy Okana, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. And a general reading, absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what we have coming through here. Right. Those, okay, that one. And this one here too. There we go. Anything else? Nope, they don't want any of those. You were very welcome. All right, Christy, let's see what we got going on here. We got some nice balancing coming in here to start off with. The Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is like three coins on one side, three coins on another. So there's this balancing. Of course, the two is balancing as well. So I really like this energy that's coming here for you because it does feel, rather than choices being made, I feel like it's just flow that is coming in here for you right now. Normally, this would mean something different. Both of these cards would be bringing out all this kind of information about reflection and choices and blah blah blah. That's your spirit guides, blah blah blah. But they're like, no, right now it just feels like there's this nice flow that's happening. The waters have parted and the path is forward, and you're taking step by step as you're going in here. Yeah, you have the Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment card. So I feel like you're really getting some great clarity and taking step towards what feels like a dream come true. So there is this, beautiful, beautiful opening up of your life. And I just feel like right now there's a great amount of hope. Um, it feels like life feels good right now with these cards coming in here. And let's see what happens here. I'm just kidding. Yeah, because here we go. Here's the Temperance. Things just feel like they're balancing out. Things are unfolding. The tempering's going back and forth, and you see things unfolding, and you're trusting the process. There's a great amount of patience that's coming in with the Temperance card. Sagittarius energy too, which is great. It's almost like there's this playful, childlike, not childish, but childlike, like looking forward to the adventure, looking forward. It's almost like you're going to go to Disneyland, right? And it's like, oh, I just feel like there's something exciting coming my way. And it feels very, just like I said, very joyful, very just wishing upon a star type of energy. And we have more balance coming in here. So definitely all this balancing energy just all over the place. Because the Spirit of Cups is the King of Cups who rules over water, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, whoops, which which of course balances out. So there's balance of heart and emotion. I mean, sorry, heart and mind, emotion and thinking. And I just like all of this because they even have two cards, one card, two cards, which is this balancing energy. So huge, huge things unfolding here. But I just feel like it just feels very calm, like the calm in the middle of a storm. Though I don't feel like there's a storm raging around you as much as it was before. I just feel like you're in this wonderful place and of just trust and enjoying the moments. I almost feel like there's days, and if this hasn't happened yet, I feel like this in the near future, where you just wake up in the morning just feeling loved and joyful and just like, I can't wait to see what the day, how the day unfolds. They're showing me like, is it Snow White? Because I was like, who is it? It's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right? Snow White just wakes up, and Cinderella too. They're just showing me these, they're just so joyful and they're singing to the birds, and it just feels very are you going to Disneyland? Because I'm getting all this Disney princesses, all this kind of stuff. So it feels like you are going into an amusement park, but that's kind of the feel. It just feels so like I said, childlike and exciting. They don't worry about all the hows and supposed tos and all that. They're just like, we're going to Disneyland. We are, so very, very exciting times. But that's what's coming in, Christy. I like it for you. So many, many blessings again. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, Natalia, thank you for your donation. And you are up, and you want to know, is D coming towards you in love? Let me just take a quick sip here. Hope everyone had a great Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, let's take a look here. Is D, oh, okay, coming through with love here. So, Natalia, I've got here, you've got the Innocence of Wands here, which is the Page of Wands in the Standard Tarot. Represents new passion, new energy that's coming into your life. And I kind of feel like here um, that they're, you know, I'm going to jump to there. You have three cards in the middle, but I feel like they want me to jump to here because I don't feel like they are. I feel like they are being removed out of your life. I just feel like there's so much mental conflict between you two that it's been, been what it's supposed to be to help you understand yourself, like mirroring to each other. But I feel like the time is done. I feel like they're going to be moved out of the way to make space for someone new, for clear your path. So you're heading in a direction that's more in alignment for what your higher self and your heart want here. And I say that, well, I mean, obviously the tower is a huge piece of that. But I also have these here, which the Nine of Swords is like swords are the thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, which, we have all that conflict happening here, right? But it's bringing some awareness around your fears around relationship because this is the nightmare and insomnia card where you have so much on your mind, so much that you're trying to do. Like I almost feel like you're the one that gives and gives and gives and gives, and you're the one that has all these hoops you feel you have to jump through in order to have something move forward. But this Ace of Swords here is what is coming into play here too. Here's the Ace of Swords, and here's the conflict that's going on both on the outside and in your own head. And this Ace of Swords is allowing you to connect to the capital T truths of the high realm to balance out, letting go of these fears. Like all of these are piled up on one side, which is where we all start off kind of tilted over here with all these fears of losing conditional love and the supposed to and have to and should and need to and all that long list, right? And when we connect to the higher realms, we start to see these things as lies. We see them going, really? I really need to do that? Do I have to? I don't think I need to. I don't, it's like this awareness that kicks in that you don't have to do so much. There's not so many fears there that we have been taught. And that's where this energy and this new passion comes in too, because all that energy you've been investing in trying to make all of these things happen, which are almost to the point of exhaustion, all that energy comes back to you. And you realize you don't have to shrink who you are. You don't have to walk on eggshells. You don't have to, be the one always apologizing first and making the first step towards things and having to overdo things as well. Because among all that comes the Six of Pentacles, which is my overgiving awareness, my codependency awareness card, where you might be the tendency to be the overgiver, where you feel you have to give 1,000 love coins in order to get one love coin back, right? And if on the outside, like in your conscious mind, you're going, heck no, I want everyone to give, give, give to me because I deserve it. Well, if it's not happening, then that talks about some subconscious beliefs that are below the surface. Usually it goes back, and it's very common in our society these days because I swear the Six of Pentacles comes up so much. No matter what deck I use, it comes up so much. And it's because what happens when our emotional body is being created when we're younger, 7 years old and younger, there's usually someone. Parents are usually the prime suspects or the usual suspects because when they're having children, they don't have a whole lot of time. They're working, trying to make sure they have a roof over their head and food and everything else, and making sure all the children are getting attention and friends and family and everything else that we do as children do feel we have to overgive in a situation to get a little back. And that's where that out of balance love goes in, where we feel we have to give 1,000 coins to get 1 coin back. And then we as children don't know any better. We're like, well, I guess that's the going rate. And then that sinks down below in the subconscious. And that's where it impacts our life because we have these thoughts and beliefs, even though our conscious mind is like, gimme, gimme, gimme. I need stuff. I want people to be able to give to me. I'm giving to everyone else. I deserve it back too, even though our conscious mind is thinking that. Well, our subconscious mind, our little inner child's going, no, you only have 499 coins that you've given. You still have to give, 501 more before you deserve anything. So it has these force fields up where even if people might think they want to give to us for some reason, their subconscious is picking up on our, no, no, you can't give to me. And so they don't. So there's this wonderful transformation that can help through all this too, where if you consciously think back, who was it that I was over giving to, right? That I felt I had to overgive to. When we consciously think about it and go, oh, because I know for me, it was like, yep, it was my parents. And it had this impact on my schooling and my work and all my friendships and relationships and everything else, where I felt I had to overgive so much. But when I identified it, I could go in there. The little edit button appears above that 1,000, right? And we go in there and delete those zeros to bring it down to 1 to 1. We click save, and that goes down. Those force fields drop, and we're able to receive. So I feel like D has been teaching you about the overgiving, been a wonderful mirror for you. But that's done. You do your reflection, you release yourself from that, and then something just more in alignment with you and your path comes into play here. So I know D is very attracting for you. And then on purpose, because you guys were attracted to one another for these lessons, but I feel like they are being bounced out and removed for you so that you can move into something that's so much more, I mean, just in alignment with you. So that's what's coming through, Natalia. I know, I'm sorry. But much love to you and hang in there. And again, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. You're welcome. All right. Geeta, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. Thank you. You want to know, is A going to take any actions towards you in the next 6 months? Let's take a look here. Let's see if there's going to be movement and action. All right. Okay. Well, take a look here. You have the chariot, which is a lot of movement. It's a chariot. They're fast moving vehicles, and it's a victorious type of feeling here. So far, let me see what else they have going on here. And let's see what we got. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So wow. You've got the Two of Wands, which is again, wands is like our inspiration, our motivation, fire, passion, you know, and it was like I feel like they've been standing, they're standing on the precipice here of making a decision, and then they choose Innocence of Cups, Page of Cups, new love. So they choose to take action, and move towards you within the 6 months here. I just feel like they're taking time here to decide, but definitely that Chariot is movement. This is movement. Six of Wands is victory and a very positive movement of passion as well. And then I laughed because I go, and then if there was any question, you have the Sun card, which is one of the most victorious, bright cards in the Earth Mother, Empress, new birth, new action, harvest, sensuality, also, coming forth here. So with all of this, I'm like, wow. Um, I definitely feel here that if A isn't going to move towards you, definitely someone is, but it's very bright and very open here. Let me just make sure. Is it A or is this someone else? Let me just shuffle these up here. Is this A or someone else? Yeah, we've got here a water sign. So we've got Spirit of Cups, King of Cups, and Innocence of Pentacles, which would be Page of Pentacles, which is telling me new opportunity to here. So I thought with the Chariot too, which is movement, but it's also the power of choice coming in here. And I almost feel here, Gita. I mean, you definitely have someone moving towards you here, and it's beautiful. It's bright. He's a Gemini. Okay, well that would make sense too. So yeah. So okay, well that answers it then there. So he definitely um yeah. So it definitely is them then with the Gemini card coming out first. Unless there's another Gemini, but I don't think so. I think it is them. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful energy coming in. I like it. I like it. I like it. There's a very, very beautiful, very, very bright coming in. Let me see if they'll give me any. I'm going to use just a regular plain deck and see if they'll tell us a specific month, or if you're just wanting, is it in the next 6 months? We'll see. If they give me like a face card, then it's like you get to see. All right. All right. Yeah. So yeah, it is they're kind of leaving it open-ended right now for the journey. Because when we're waiting, we talk about here, Spirit talks about when they're not giving us exact, times and things. It's because there can be a range of time, like between 1 and 6 months, right? And the more we work on our self love, expanding that, the faster things move in the outside world, because things kind of go slower for us to increase that self love, because it's a win win. We get to feel that beautiful love from above as we expand our self love, connecting to our higher self, right? But it also opens up the pipelines between us and humans too, because we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So usually say, if I love myself this much, no matter how much love they want to give me, it's only going to trickle in. No matter how much love I want to pour out, it's just going to drip out. But the more I expand my self love, this expands too. And so I can flood more love to the outside world and receive love more as well. So it's like, well, if I'm bored waiting for it to happen, it's like, oh, well, I can work on my self love and connecting to the higher realm, getting to know my higher self and opening up that love, um, pipeline. I have a free I feel like with that, with when you said they're a Gemini and that Chariot has two horse heads. A Gemini, of course, is the twins. So that tells me that it's them, is what I was feeling there. Let me see. Yeah. So that's what I feel. But I like that. So while you're waiting, it's like while you're waiting for it to happen, you can do that. Oh, that's what I was going to say is that I have on my playlists a free YouTube series called You Times Two, which is about us getting to know the two of us that are living our human experience, which is introducing us there. So if you want to check that out, that's free too. Yeah, he's very slow. And you're also a Gemini. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Well, yeah. Here's the Gemini again, and here's the temperance, the slow moviness. So, yeah, this is telling us that it's him. The slow process, but it's worth it. It is worth it, Gita, because tempering is it's like two cups where one starts off as a base metal and slowly the magic happens between the two, and then eventually it turns to gold, and so it's worth waiting for it because you get gold at the end, which is abundance and overflowingness. The sun card like you got is just extreme happiness. So it's taking it there. It's taking time, but definitely with that lovers card, the lovers card is Gemini energy and lovers, you know, but temperance is about the taking time, like you're saying. So, but that's what they have for you. But if you want to check out that U times two video series, it's totally free and it's on my main page. I think I have it even linked in the description box of the video down below. I think I might, but if not, if you go to my main page, I have a playlist for series, and U times two is the first one. So you are very welcome, and thank you so much for your donation, Gita. Much, much appreciated. All right. I think that is it for my donation. So we will go to the top and start with the free readings. And up first, we have Anya Ohuya. Hello, Anya. Hello, hello. So you want to know what are Juan's feelings towards Ateshi? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. What is going on with Juan here? Well, we've got here the Three of Pentacles is about it's like they're standing on their own, doing their own thing and being true to their authentic self. And they're working through some feelings here. The Eight of Swords would tell me that Juan has some old wounds, and he's realizing what of his own thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets have kept him feeling restricted and small and trapped. And the Three of Pentacles is about not trying to live up to other people's expectations and being veered off course, but wanting to do what they're wanting to do. So I feel like this energy is like, I almost feel like, do they have something together before where there's some, I just feel like something happened where Juan maybe had like stepped up and then out of fear stepped back because of limiting beliefs, and they have feelings, they want to act on them, but I feel like they got some work to do on some past pain and some fears to release because they've got these ideas in their head about their worth and what they're able to do. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with what people have told them about what they're who they are and what they're worth when they were, earlier in different relationships, because it just feels like they're showing me have you ever been bitten by a red ant? They hurt. Oh my gosh. They've got these jaws that just they don't let go because they just clench and it's like they know they're gonna die because once they clench their jaws, that's it. And I feel like they've had some pain like that where it just and they're just trying to remove the jaws from their heart that had stuff happen. And I feel like there are feelings there, but I just feel like they have so much pain, um, and fear of letting people down, that they're just kind of trying to get true to be their authentic self, and it's going to take a little bit before they would do anything to show that. Anything else around this at all? Yeah. So this confirms it here. There is this. This is the page of wands, which is new passion and 10 of cups, overflowing emotion. So eventually they're going to get to the point where they get their courage, and they're just going to rebel against all these fears. But I feel like they're caught in their head thinking about things right now. So that's what's coming through, Anya. So many blessings to you. All right, Rishi, you are up next. Hey, hey. So, any messages from your spirit guides? I believe so. We're actually going to pull from the Nature Spirit Oracle for you. So, let's take a look and see what they have for you here. Yes. You've got your freedom horse here. Beautiful, beautiful picture. Let's see what they've got coming in here for you. Yeah, let your spirit fly. Do not hold back. Break free and express yourself. Flaunt your stuff, dance, laugh, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Get out of the rut. You don't need to fit the mold. Be daring. Fling your arms to the heavens in joy. Your native spirit wants you to know that the horse allowed the natives of the Americas and Mongolia to travel great distances with ease. The horse also carried their supplies, which additionally granted freedom to those ancient peoples. This card chose you to remind you that you aren't here to be ordinary, but to step beyond limitations and self imposed boundaries. Don't allow yourself to be trapped by convention or the expectations of others. You have the ability to choose your life on your terms. Repre- Replace the phrase I should with I could, but I choose not to at this time. Perhaps you aren't always free to create the exact circumstances of your life, but you're certainly able to decide what meaning to give those situations. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to break free. All of these cards come up with a journey if it resonates and you want to do it. Says the way you use your body can change your state. Put on music and dance with wild abandon. As you do so, this sends a powerful message to your subconscious that you are indeed truly free. Wow, I like that for you. Definitely replace your shoulds and all those expectations. And with could, and it's like I replace my to-do list with a could-do list. Replace that word should in our life with could, and there's a freedom that comes from that. But I also like that where it talked about you may not be able to control what circumstances have happened in your life, but you get to choose the meaning that you are assigning it, right? So I like that for you, Rishi, and that's what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. All right. We'll continue moving down the list here. Hey, EE. Good to see you. And EE, actually, I think you were a winner back on April 3rd for a 30-minute free personal recorded reading. And I hadn't heard from you yet, but it was because it was from I had a special donor giveaway and you had donated in the past. So I didn't know how to get a hold of you. Uh, because I didn't have like an email or anything. So I wanted to make sure you're aware of that. And if you don't know, let me say, I think I have my giveaway playlist here. So, EE, I'm going to pop this down here into the chat. And if you want to go back and look at the giveaway on April 3rd, it'll tell you how you can contact me to get your free reading. All right. So, EE, you like messages about money for me. Let's take a look here. All right. Wow. So you do have the Sage coming in here and the Innocence of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. What this tells me, the Sage is like the Hierophant. It's about diving deep into the beliefs that you have around money, because the Sage will have us draw in to find out, who do we truly believe we are? Like, who are we truly? What truly do I want? And it brings clarity. Well, that's what the Innocence of Swords, the Page of Swords, does too. Because here's the Ace of Swords, which allows you to see things from a higher perspective, rooted in unconditional love. And you're able to cut away old thoughts and old beliefs, limiting beliefs that you have possibly around money and abundance, and what it means, what you're able to receive. So I do like this for you, because I feel like they're telling you that there are some stories that you might have around money that, if they get released, that's what allows things to come in. 5 is the number of change, ace or innocence, not innocence, page, or innocence, is about new beliefs as well. So this is a transformation, a change of old ways of thinking to new ways, that I really feel then helps bring in money and abundance in different ways than you would have allowed it to. Because what happens is, when, like, if I believe, like, the example they're giving me is like my current situation. I was living with another friend and paying rent and helping out and all that, and I was, starting my spiritual offerings and trying to do this full time. And I was like, well, I'm going to run out of money soon, so I'm going to have to get a job, because that's my mindset, is this is what it has to be. I have to go get a job in the outside world if I don't have enough money coming in. So, all right, here we go. But then, creator, I was working on opening my expectations. When I did, my host now is a great friend of mine. She called me up and said, "Hey, I've got room in my basement. Why don't you just come and live here for free?" And I'm just like, "What?" You know, but if I kept this, "No, no, I have to earn money through a job," I would have missed out on the opportunity to do what I do now. And I kind of feel like that's what they're talking about here, is busting out and allowing finances and stuff to come to you in different ways, whether it's a discount or a lowering of pricing of something, whatever it is. Sometimes we like think I have to make more, when spirit goes, or I can have them charge you less, or I can have you get a bonus or win something. But if we're in this mindset, it has to happen a certain way, it can impact us, right? So I feel like there's that freedom that's coming in. So that's what they have for you, EE. So many, many blessings to you. And if you do send me an email, then we'll get your free reading taken care of as well. All right. So I do have another donation coming in here. Felicia Feng, hello. You'll be my next free reading coming up. All right. Hey, Renee. Thank you so much for your donation. And let's take a look here. I am doing very well. I hope you're doing very, very well. I'm just reading your question really quick here. Do we see you being a Okay, let's take a look here and see what spirit sees around being the producer investor in large media. Ooh, exciting. Let's see here. Within the next couple months, what else? Okay. Right. So, with the Lovers card coming in here, this tells me this is your power of choice emotional choice that's coming in, but there's also an important partnership that's coming in here regarding all of this. Now, I feel like it's going to be in a different way than you had thought before. So I feel like there's an opportunity that does come up here regarding, that type of endeavor. But the Six of Swords is about leaving old thoughts and thinking behind and moving into new thoughts. So there is this moving, and the Three of Wands is about changing direction too. That you were headed in a direction regarding this, and with these two cards coming out together, it's like with new information, a new way of thinking, you're like, you take an off ramp and go in a different direction than you thought you were. But there is this important partnership that does come up within the next couple months for you, and you have peace of mind around it. Again, here's the Three Swords that you leave behind over here. You're heading and where you're investing your energy, because the King of Wands here, they roll over the wands, they roll over the passion, the drive, the ambition. It's kind of entrepreneur type energy, being your own boss. But I also feel like there's an important partnership along with this here. But you think things through, you have a solid foundation, you're seeing things from a higher perspective, which gives you this calmness that comes in, at least a peace of mind. With the King of Wands, I don't think you're ever calm, but you can be at peace. Calm, I almost feel to you sounds boring. You're like, "Calm, I wanna be moving, let's go, let's go, let's go," but I can have peace of mind while I'm doing it. I don't have to have anxiety, or, but I feel like you're like, "Go, go, 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 go." So, I do feel like there's an opportunity opening up here, for it, but it has to do more with partnership with someone in an important, um, like, friendship or relationship, I feel. Yeah, and again, coming in here, that's all about the changing of your thoughts, because here's the Devil card shaking and rattling up your thoughts and beliefs, and the Ace of Swords, again, making itself appearing here about seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, looking at your expectations around it. So you've got all this movement and all this change of how you're thinking about things coming in here, and allowing yourself to be more open. And it could be perhaps that maybe it's not a total, like, not like you have a partner per se, but the definitely it's an important relationship with someone that gives you a lot of advice and different ways of thinking things. I almost feel like this mentor type of relationship that pops in here, that allows you to have this information, and in taking it is why you change this direction and step in, invest your power differently than you were going to thinking about doing it before. So a lot of advice, a lot of, kind of like I said, a mentor that like the eagles, takes you under its wing in a way. So that's what I feel is coming through here for you, Renee. So hopefully that resonates for you there, and many many blessings for you. Yep, this is for Renee. Yep. Your boss, let me see here. Is it the boss man? No, I feel like it's someone else. We've got, again, change of direction, and Spirit of Pentacles is like King of Pentacles, which would mean, I feel like it's a different individual. I feel like there's this earth, earthy type of. Actually, I mean, they're very abundant. It's an abundant, very, um, I'll say wealthy individual, but they have a very much abundance and success around them. So I feel like I don't feel like it's your boss. I feel like it's someone different, someone new because of that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for you to see. Don't forget us. If you become this great, producer of all times, don't forget the small people. But that's what's coming through. So, so many blessings to you. Again, thank you, Renee, for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So we left off with Felicia. Hello, hello. So, how will the month of May go for you? Let's take a look and see what little peek into May Spirit would like you to know about. Okay, and that one. All right. All right. Looks like a very interesting month for you. You're like, "Oh my gosh," but it's good. This is always the Tower card, though it looks scary, we talk about it. This is things being moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose to make room for what is to come into your life that's more in alignment with your heart and to clear your path to move forward. So there's things, obstacles. It's almost like a if you've ever seen like a bad storm come through and trees and branches have fallen across roads. It's like they're working to remove this stuff out of your way so that you can move forward in the direction you're wanting to go. And the 5 of Cups, 5 is a number of transformation too, which normally it has 3 cups built and then 2 cups behind. And this is one that it's okay to feel emotions that are of lower vibrational energy. So if something's happening and being removed, we can miss it. We can go, "Oh no, that's going away." But we can also be excited about it when they replace the old, dilapidated, old, condemned shack that, had leaking roof and pipe. The plumbing didn't work very consistently, and there's gas leaking and rats, and but it was my shack and now it's burning down and I feel bad that I'm losing the shack I grew up in or whatever. But then when they start rebuilding the castle that's being replaced for it, you're like, I'm okay with this, and this is what I feel like will happen. So May is a month of kind of emotional transformation where some things that have been removed out of your life and that will be removed out of your life, whether it's people, emotions, old ways of thinking, other situations in your life, when you realize it's happening for you, not to you, it transforms us from feeling like a victim of life. And we realize, what? You're clearing all this out of the way for me? Yeah, it makes you feel important. It makes you feel just powerful and special instead of feeling like a victim, like we're taught. But I like this. So May is a good month of just ahas and some things being cleared out of your way. So I like that for you, Felicia. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Yeah, exactly. You got it. Woohoo. You're so funny. All right. So always victory. You are up next. Hello, hello. All right. You'd like an oracle and a tarot is advice from your spirit guides with how to align with your highest destiny. All right. Let's take a look here. Let's see what they have coming in here. Let me just reshuffle these real quick. All right. And I feel like, all right, we'll go with that one. Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. I was torn between the two, and I was going to go reach for these Earth Magic ones. And they're like, no, we told you to go that one first. I'm like, I know. When will I learn to just listen? Wow. This beautiful card here. And you got Angelic Frequency. And it says, Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. You also have the Two of Wands that came in, which is about understanding your power, where you invest it, and where it you know every moment is a choice, right? And we get to invest. Am I focusing on like my fears of something falling away or something coming into my life? I'm repelling, I'm bringing it in? Or am I focusing on what I'm grateful for and connecting to the angelic frequency, which is raising our vibration to that of unconditional love and joy and laughter and like the gratitude and peace. And so I really like that coming in here because it's talking about making the choice to raise your vibration as much as you can, changing our habit because we're taught as humans to focus on lower vibrational frequency energies related to fear. But the angelic frequency is the higher one. And as we connect to that, then we become more in tune with being able to hear because that's the frequency at which they speak. They always hear us, but for us to hear them very clearly, it's raising that. So it says, the angelic frequency is the energy of the angels and the angelic kingdom, which is aligned to service, devotion, authenticity, and love. And when this frequency comes to us, it's because the gateway of our heart has aligned with it. We've essentially become an angel upon the earth. Angels are the heartbeats of Source. And so when we're in touch with the angelic realm, we're also connected to the heart of God. So this card features a being of light. You know, the streams. Oh, let's see here. Maybe. Okay, there we go. A little better. The streams of light surrounding it are the angelic frequency pouring down to light up our life. This image also unlocks our soul memories of our guardian angel. Before we were in this life, we danced across the midnight sky, and as the universe follows the law of attraction, our angel was attracted to us because our likeness was also in them. So we became connected. And since then, our angel has been with us through every lifetime into every experience. Wow, I like. So your message are that angels are drawing close at this time, so be open to signs and synchronicities that confirm this. It's important for you to know that through your actions, your choices, and service, you have upgraded your spiritual connection and your frequency. Rejoice, for you may be rewarded with abundance and blessings at this time, and you've been making choices that are not just for your own greater good, but for that of all those around you. Your guardian angel is with you now, helping you remember your infinite power and potential. Reach for the stars and trust that all the efforts you've been making, both internally and externally, will bring blessings and opportunities. The path you are on is aligned to your highest good, and the support you need is there for you. You are cherished by angels. I love it. What a great message. So, that is their advice. You know, raise your frequency, focus on that interactions, even spend some time getting to know your guardian angel, because that just they've been with you really since the time your soul was created. This guardian angel is like I look at it as a piece of the creator that wanted a personal relationship with us instead of God. You know, it, all of us, when our soul was created, a little mini creator came with us. That's why it's like it's the heartbeat of God, like it says. It's such a good way to say it because it's like boom. So it's the creator wanting to be a best friend with us, and they've been with us. So I feel like that's what they're saying is to get to know your guardian angel and raise the frequency and communicate with them. And but you're on the right track for sure. I know, right? Boom. Hey, Rhonda, Rhonda. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list of the free readings. And thank you, Felicia, for the wonderful reminder. Thank you guys so much for all that you've given me a thumbs up on the video. Something that's free that you can do, and it helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for being part of the love tsunami by clicking the like button. It just tells me that you are enjoying the content and enjoying the readings, but also tells YouTube that you are and it wants to spread the love. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And thank you, Felicia, for the reminder. All right. So, LA, you are up next. Let me just take another sip here. So, Ellie, does Arshad Hamid think that you have a weak case? Is that why they're threatening to take you all the way to court instead of talking about a settlement? Okay, let's take a look here. All right, well, we got two cards here. Hmm. So they don't know if you have what kind of case that the moon is like this the unknown, the mystery, because they have like the unconscious. There's this unhere. So it's like they don't know the outcome. It's like it could go either way. And so it's not that you have a weak case. They just feel like it's almost like it's nose, like in a race, how nose to nose, like a horse race or whatever. It's like you're just kind of equal in it because the justice card comes in here too, which so they're weighing things out and they are threatening to take you all the way to court because they're trying to figure out. I feel like they're trying to figure out more information. They're trying to figure out how strong of a case you think you have, and I feel like the threatening is like they're like, trying to do that because they're unsure of what you are willing to do or not to do. And I feel like they, of course, justice being all about lawsuits and everything like that. I feel like they almost feel like that they are the ones that feel like they have a weak case and they're trying to keep you um, from going to court and to settle with what they want, quite honestly, with all this energy coming in here. Because, you know, um, when what is it? The guilty dog barks first. Oh my god, I don't know if you heard it. The dog's upstairs. Just as I said that, the guilty dog barks first. They started barking. That is hilarious. So that is your message there. I don't feel like they think you have a weak case. I think that they might think they do, and they're trying to threaten you to keep you from going to court and doing that. Of course, whenever we're talking about legal stuff or medical, I have to say that, for legal issues and medical, I'm not a licensed professional, and it's always best to seek, of course, licensed professionals in whatever field that we're needing things. And ultimately, you have to make decisions for yourself. So I'm not a legal counsel, but that's the energy that's coming through is like guilty dogs are barking, trying to get you to back down. Um, in this particular case, I feel. So that's what's coming through LA. So many blessings to you. That was just hilarious. Guilty dogs bark, barf, barf. Yeah. So they might try to bully you, right? So that is what is coming in there for you, LA. Hang in there. Many blessings to you. Esmeralda, you'll be my next free reading come up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Elpedia. So, question one: will you receive a job offer as an assistant manager at the dialysis center? A job interview today. All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know here. Will you receive the job offer? Okay. Hey, Toad Enlightenment. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Yesterday. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look here. You know, I'm just getting more detail here. As requested. Okay, that makes sense. But where? They're just like dun, 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 dun. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So, what I'm seeing, Pedia, is that you don't, but it is for your highest good, for all this here, because the Tower card is things are removed out of your way to make space for where you're going to move forward. Because with the Tower card, it is that, I mean, these are major arcana too. The Hermit card is about going inward and connecting higher and looking at things from a different perspective. The Ace of Swords tells you too, this is about looking at what your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are around job and what you're wanting to do here. Because as you're connecting and kind of cutting away some fears of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's around career or job, you do have this movement here. You see how they're unfolding the story. This is moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. And it's like moving and changing your direction of where you're investing your thoughts and beliefs around what job or career that you are supposed to be in, because you also have the Fool card that comes in, which is about endings of old cycles and beginning of new. That's where right before this we have the World card, which does talk about things end and you have these new beginning. But the Fool card, they jump off into a new thing without expectation, which is, I feel like there's these roles, all the fears of losing conditional love, all those ideas and restrictions we have around, well, this is what I need to do. Everyone will be upset if I don't do something like this or this. If I dare to do something that I enjoy, then, I'm just going to get ostracized and rejected. And I feel like there is this path that you want to head off on, something that's more in alignment with your heart, because the last two cards that came up in this little beautiful story unfolding is the movement of cups, which is the Knight of Cups, which is movement towards something that you love, and the Four of Wands represents joy, celebration. And again, so this is something that makes your heart sing, something that brings your heart joy, rather than feeling like you're meeting some checklist in your mind of a job that you should go for, that you're supposed to go for, that you need to go for, and that type of thing. So I feel like that's what's coming in here is like, you don't get the job at this place, at the dialysis center, because spirit is going, you wouldn't be happy there, and you'd wake up in the morning going, God, I gotta go to work today, instead of having this joy about what you're doing. And I feel this is what spirit is nudging you toward, is doing something more and more in alignment with what you would make your heart sing, your higher heart. And that Hermit card does talk about, try to step away from all this, get out of your mind and into your heart and connect and take a breath. The Hermit card is about stepping away from all the chaos and the noise and see really what it is that you want to do, and not to limit yourself because of fear of letting out people down or what you may lose, because you might get a job that you think you want, but your heart is like, what about me? I want a seat at the table to talk about what we do every day, because I'm with you every day. It wants to be happy, it wants joy. And though a job might pay good money and have good prestige or whatever the reasons why we pick things, if we're not happy, we're existing, we're not living. And I feel like this is what they're nudging you towards. Ah, is that what your heart would make your heart sing? Is teaching? Yeah, well, here's the 5 of Cups. So it's, again, here's the heart discovering what would make your heart sing, is the important thing, right? So that's what I feel like the overall message is. Yeah, and here's the Magician too, which is about your higher self, bringing down and coming here, because this is about you taking action, you manifesting what it is you want for your life, not trying to make everyone else happy, because you have to live it every day. People might go, "Well, you should do this," and like, "Well, you should shut up." And I'm just kidding. That's not very loving, but in a joking way. Well, if I have to do what you think I should do, are you going to do what I think you should do? No. Well, then there we go. But I like it for Aopedia. So follow your heart is what I feel spirit has for you. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And we left off with Esmeralda for the free readings. Good evening to you. You want to know what was Z's reaction when Brandon suggested him to check up on you? All right, let's take a look here. What was Z's reaction? Wow. So the hanged man is like, at first, it feels like there was some disappointment or some fear that kicked in. And then the hanged man is they're trying to see things from a different perspective. And there's like this pause, this waiting to come in here. So I feel like the initial reaction was like, like, what? Why do you want me? For some reason that it ignited some fear in their heart, but the hanged man does say that but then they thought about it afterwards, and they're just kind of waiting. They're just waiting to see. I feel like they're processing it and trying to see it from a different perspective about checking up on you. But I feel like at first, for some reason, it scared them. But that's what's coming through, Esmeralda. So that is what they have. Many blessings for you. All right. Continue moving down the list. So lovely, lovely. Hello, hello. So, what does the gentleman you're talking to really think of you, and what are his intentions besides the obvious? You're so funny. Let's take a look here. Ooh. Well, I guess that's the obvious, right? We got two major arcana. So you got the lover's card. There you go, right? So I really feel like they do have this you know, these intentions for this here. And what do they think of you? The devil. No, Capricorn energy, which is quite honestly, when we ask what other people think of us, we always see a mirror, right? And so what they're seeing is themselves in you, of the things, it's this mirror that's happening. They do have these intentions. They do want a special relationship. And when they think of you, I just feel like this Capricorn Saturn type of energy, like they know that you will not let them get away with anything, that you will call them on their stuff, and they like that. They feel like it's a time for them to really um be challenged, and so they see you as a challenge, as someone, like, I want to say a worthy opponent, but not in a bad way. But they're just like, you know what, this is someone I need, because I feel like they've had past relationships where it's yes, people, like, they'll, because they're insecure, that they will, oh yeah, whatever you want, da, 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 and they don't want that. They don't need that. They need someone that's going to be like, oh yeah, boom, that you say, I'm not gonna fall for this manipulation stuff. What's going on here? You're not gonna just be like, um, you know, bending head over heels for them doing whatever they want. And I feel like this is something that they really like about you, is your little fieriness, and that you don't back down. You don't shrink to be who you think they want you to be. You're like, this is me. And they love that confidence. They love the strength that's there. But they also love that they're like, I'm going to evolve uh, with you, because you are not going to allow them to stay stagnant, one, but you're also not going to let them. uh, make you shrink or um, be be quiet. I love it. So I like that. It's I like that they're like finally someone who uh, you know can battle with me like in or let's say spar because battle sounds like that sounds unhealthy. This is like someone that can they're showing me like two people learning to joust or to battle with staves that it's like you're helping each other grow and he likes that. So that's what I feel's coming through, lovely lovey. So well, look what we have here. So many blessings for you. Is this man a bit unstable or troublesome too? Well, um I don't feel that type of energy coming from that lovely lovey. I'm it's just more well, I mean, not we'll say not any more unstable or troublesome than the rest of us. I don't feel like something like extremely blah blah blah, but nothing like the rest, we all are a little bit unstable and a little troublesome, you know what I mean? So uh I don't have any danger signs popping up. All right. All right, Dollface Diva, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have a couple donations, so I'm going to jump to those. Thank you so much, Melody, for your donation. And you want to know what is Max's energy towards you? You're funny, Lovey. All right. So what is Max's energy towards you? Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and then and 4 and then and 5. All right. All right. So we've got the 7 of Wands here, and the 7 of Wands is Wands is drive, passion, it's desire, so there is this energy, and I know it has like a hissing cat here. The 7 of Wands is about seeing someone on a hill, and you feel like they are above you, that, there's the bright light up here, and people that feel low about themselves will try to attack and burst their bubble and say, "Come back down here and be miserable with the rest of us," right? Um, but it's just because so this energy I feel that towards you then is that they just kind of almost feel like you're out of their league in a way. Like they have a little challenges with their self-esteem. I mean, we all do in the beginning. Our human experience just takes us there, but I feel like they kind of feel like, wow, maybe you're a little too good for me, kind of energy that's coming in there. I like it. It is a faded interaction that you have here with the Wheel of Fortune. So, there is good that comes from this interaction with them. And I the good that comes from this, which is interesting, is you have the 3 of Pentacles, which is about being true to the authentic you, where you learn not to try to be someone who you're not, and you even gain like a little appreciation for who you are with this energy from them. And I like it because we can get drawn off and worry that we're going to lose people's support or that people are going to get upset if we don't be who they all think we should be, and we all grow up with that, and we eventually learn to break that down. And that's what I feel is coming in here with this is this energy of being true to the authentic you, and not bend to be who you're not, and not to feel like you have to become anyone else than who you are. And I like this coming in here because we do have the 3 of Cups, which does tell me that there's not just you with this max energy here, that, it's, I don't want to say a love triangle, but it's like they have two interests, you and someone else. And that's why I feel like this being true to the authentic you is that you don't have to compete, you don't have to be anyone else that you don't want to be. And if you have a fear of losing them to someone else, I feel like with this 3 of Pentacles kicking in that you're just like, "Go. If you don't wanna choose me, then you're not smart enough to be with me anyway." Ooh, I like that. So, I like this energy coming in here, like you're really, really standing your ground. And then you have the Sage too, which is the Hierophant, and it's about you really being on this journey to discover who you truly wanna be. What do you truly want in your life? Who do you truly want in your life? And you're seeing things from a different perspective. You're really digging deep into your heart, into your soul to really see what it is that you're wanting, and that you're not going to give in. Again, both of these coming together just really show that, you're learning to be true to you in like a next stage kind of level. I feel like you've been pretty you, and like you're okay to step out sort of norms with dressing and hair color or just different things like that. You're not afraid to do that. But I feel like with the relationship that's coming in, is this you know type of uh all right, I've had it. I'm not gonna be who I'm not for anyone, and I like this for you. But so that's the the energy that Max has towards you, but I love the energy that's popping up inside of you much, much more here. But I do like it. But that is what's coming through, Melody, so I am enjoying this energy for you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. You are welcome. Hey, Natalia, thank you so much for your second donation. And you want to know what is coming towards you in love? Let's take a look here. What is coming towards you in love? Anything else? Okay. All right. What is going on, Natalia? You got the movement of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Slowest moving knight out of them all. It's the knight of the outside world, which all the stuff on the inside, our thoughts, our emotions, our energy, fast moving. The outside world, of course, has its seasons. So it takes a little bit of time. So, this energy of love, it's like, well, it's coming, but it's slow moving, and it's allowing you to look in here at the 9 of Wands. The 9 is the Hermit's journey. So while things are moving slow there, this is allowing you to really look and focus in on your inner energies and find out what is blocking you, what's keeping you from moving forward, and what's keeping these things at bay, which it has to do with our self love and some of these beliefs and mindsets and emotions we have that create these blockages. Our little child self has some theories that it developed through things that happened when we were younger that it doesn't like when we start headed towards vulnerability, and so it puts up these force fields, pushes people away. And especially with the 6 of Cups coming in here, the 6 of Cups is transforming some old emotions from fear into unconditional love and releasing some of these things that are the barriers that are being created here. And the beautiful little unicorn here teaches us that in every moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And when we go back and look at an emotion, if it's painful, well, that one's not of unconditional love, right? That's a fear. And when we go back and look at an emotion that just kind of hurts our heart to think about, if we take a deep breath and before we go into that, realize that when the human characters that we're playing, When our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control, alarms go off and it pushes out this intelligent, compassionate, loving adult side of us out of the control room, and a little 2-year-old or with its cat mind, excuse me, take over control. And they are going to do whatever they feel needs to be done for them to feel safe and in control again. And usually, because we've kicked out the intelligent, loving, compassionate person, it's not necessarily intelligent, loving, or compassionate, the things that we do. So when we go back and look at a painful memory, we can go back and look and go, okay, well, that's because someone else did something unintelligent, uncompassionate, and unloving, and it we felt was done to us. And so we probably went into fear as well. And we created this story that, well, they hurt me, they did this stuff and said this stuff, and this we took it and believed it, and that's what's bubbling down. And when we start to realize, well, what they did, if it was unloving, it was out of fear. So it wasn't them, it was a cat mind. It was a little 2-year-old that was acting out because it felt unsafe or out of control. It's like when you swim out to rescue someone who's drowning, they are panicking and they might hit you upside your head, with their arms flailing everywhere. And then they see you and they grab onto you and drag you under the water with them, thinking that you are a flotation device, and uh, you almost drown. And so you take them and you get a hold of them and you take them to shore. Once they calm down, you see the panic leave and you see the human, the intelligent, loving, compassionate person return. And that's what this does with this transformation with the Six of Cups. It shows you that you're changing your way of thinking about things, and you can do that during this slow moving time. It's helping you get rid of some emotional beliefs that are causing your inner child to repel love and vulnerability while away from you, because in the past it had um, caused some uh, pain, and so it doesn't want to feel that. And so the pain was it going into fear, but you're realizing I don't have to fear this anymore. It's kind of like there's this forgiveness of the person of what someone said or did, but you're not forgiving the act. You're just forgiving the person so that you can stop being a vessel of pain because of someone else's words or actions, and you can pour it out and become a vessel of love instead, which then allows love to move forward and come to you. And you do. You have here beautiful, beautiful cards. The universe, which is normally the world card, ending of old cycles, beginning of new love adventure, and the Sky Father, which is the Emperor. You standing up and you deciding for you, you taking control over your life and not waiting, for other people to do anything. You're the one that's taking command and really reviewing and transforming these things, which then allows you to remove the blocks that have been keeping you from that. And then that allows the movement to come forward. So that is what I feel is coming through for you, Natalia, with all of that. I know is kind of deep, I know, but that is what is happening. And the more you look into that, and the faster you look into that, the faster love moves up and comes towards you, because the pause and the slowness is for you to be able to look at those things. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings. And again, thank you for your donation, Natalia. And so AF Gemini, you're up. And then I do have another donation coming through PayPal. So you'll be up after that. So AF Gemini, thank you for your donation. And you want to know here. So a boy said something about your son at school. Emotional day for everyone involved. His parents asked to meet with us and decided either way what would be the outcome. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? Okay. What else? Kaboom! Sorry, these cards all fell out over here, but I got the cards that they want for you here. Let me see what these are here. I'm just going to get clarity on this. Let me just refresh these cards real quick. All right. Okay. Well, we've got here with the Judgment card, this is like our higher self calling us to a place. It's double endings, double new beginnings. There is this transformative type of energy that comes in here. You have the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. It is, a positive card, positive outcomes that are coming in here. Because you also have the 4 of Pentacles, which is a solid foundation in the outside world, and the 10 of Wands, which is another endings and new beginnings here coming in. And I just feel like whatever the outcome comes in here, it is going to be for the highest emotional experience for your son, because this burden, this 10 of Wands, whatever this burden is that's here, this allows so much to be relieved and let go of here. And, um, yeah, but this allows this freedom to come in and this new start, and to where the energy can be focused in a way that doesn't feel so burdensome here. Um, if the boy, so the other boy, was just acting out of character, or if there's truly something mentally unstable in those, yeah, I feel like here that the outcome here, the definitely the truth comes out with these here. Let me just pull some cards here. I just feel like the double endings and double new beginnings, it just, there's endings definitely here, either between friendships or, yeah. So we've got the Earth Mother, which is new birth, that comes in. So there is newness again, endings and new beginnings coming in, and a transformation of emotions, and we all come here to experience, the lower vibration emotions, but it allows us this power of choice kind of thing too. And I just feel like through this, you are doing such an amazing job from what I'm feeling here, that you are allowing your son to feel the emotions that they're feeling, but allowing them to know that they can choose how they feel about a situation, that they don't have to go along with what everyone says or whatever, that they get to choose what they feel through this, and you're allowing them the space to feel it here. Yeah, and Ace of Pentacles. Again, new opportunities opening up here. So I just feel like it's going to be a good outcome. It's going to allow a rebirth. I just feel very positive about it. And whether or not the other boy, if they truly are, if it's out of character, or something was going on that day, or they have some challenges, um chemically or whatever, they're going to find that out, and they're going to take care of that. I don't feel like that you guys have to worry about it at all here. I just feel like there's double endings, double new beginnings, where things get taken care of. Yeah. 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 So, as we talk about, we um our natural state is intelligent, loving, and compassionate. When someone does something, then they're in fear somehow. Something triggered where this other boy felt unsafe or out of control, either at home or at school, or something in life where something triggered and just they went out of their mind. We all do. When we go into fear, every human goes out of their mind. And literally, because blood rushes from our brain to fight or to flee, and it does whatever it feels it needs to do to feel safe and in control again. And so they might be feeling, in control. Page of Cups, new emotions. So much about, you know, I mean, like out of all these cards, what is this? Five? Yeah, five out of the eight are all about endings and new beginnings and stuff coming in here. But the big thing I'd focus in on is um, your son ends up feeling like a wish come true, feeling very emotionally um, solid, and the Four Pentacles feeling secure in the outside world as well. Which obviously, with everything you're saying, you have helped create this safe environment for him. So, what a great parent you are. Yeah. Yeah. You know, and depending on your son's age, can involve them in the decision. I mean, if they're like young, but whatever helps your son feel safe, and because if they're young enough, a police department report doesn't, it doesn't ruin their life, um, but it does put people on, alert, especially if they move to a different school and no one knows anything about it. But if there's a police report, then there will be something there just to make people aware. And if it happened before somewhere else, who knows, right? But follow your heart on that one. Yeah. I didn't get anything. I just feel like whatever makes your son feel safe is kind of what I felt there. I keep on having the judgment card has come out 3 times since I've been shuffling. So double endings, double new beginnings, but trust your judgment. Yeah, yeah. So I feel like you'll know in the meeting. Yeah, I do feel like it wouldn't hurt because I feel like you're undecided because you don't have enough information yet. But I feel if you go meet them, then you'll know in that moment because you will pick up on the energy in the room, and you're going to be like, okay, I truly feel like they're truly surprised, and I see what they're gonna do and the steps they're gonna take, and then you'll know. So, I like it. Right? You are very welcome, AF Gemini. So hang in there, and thank you for being such a wonderful source of safety and emotional support for your child. I love it. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Absolutely. All right. And Renee, thank you for your additional donation. So you are up here with your PayPal. And so you want to know, how is Jay feeling about you or viewing you, and how will your date go this weekend? Let's take a look. All right. All right. Well, I like this. So first of like, how are they feeling or viewing you? I mean, I think we talked about this before. They just see you as this bright, sunshiny, joyful, Leo energy, childlike and joyful and excitement, and they like that. They also see that you are, the Capricorn energy here, a thinker, an evaluator, a hard worker. You like doing the work. You're not someone who, I don't know, I never use the word flippant. So whatever that means, you're not flippant or just, um, someone that just wants to have fun, and you are joyful and you like fun, you like, and but you also are a very hard worker and you're very, intelligent too. I usually feel like um, a word they might use for you is, I would say unexpectedly intriguing. Um, because I feel like you might project, like when people see you, they're like, wow, they look like lots of fun and da 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 da. And they get to know you and like, wow, they've got this mind and they have this perceptions and this wisdom and stuff too. And it's just like this combination that they're not used to seeing. And so like intriguing, unexpectedly pleasingly intriguing, is what I would feel like their energy and their thoughts around you are. I feel like also the Seven of Pentacles is they're waiting for things to unfold. They're trying to be patient to let things unfold. They don't want to rush things because they don't want you to think that they are like the other guys, like the other people. They're like they want you to know that they respect you and that they want things to, um, unfold in, in a way where they don't that you don't feel like they're just trying to get something from you, if that makes sense. And then this date here this weekend, 10 of Cups, emotional overflowing, and Ace of Swords. Definitely seeing things from a different perspective, new thoughts, new ways of thinking, seeing things from this different perspective too. So I feel like you guys really get to I feel like you're gonna yak blah 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 a whole lot. You're gonna talk a whole lot and you're just gonna get to know each other in a lot of ways. And then your heart is just overflowing. Both of your hearts are just overflowing through this too. So I do like this. Good energy around this one. I like them for you here with the cards here. Let me just see if anything else about the situation or okay. Anything else? And Renee's going, no, don't pull anything else. I like that. Stop. It's all good. Page of Cups, new love coming here. And the Sage too. I like this because especially with this Ace of Swords, you're really you make each other think. And I like this because you're just really open to what, open-minded, and you're just like, wow, because they don't say like, well, your idea is stupid because this is what the real truth is. I feel you're both open-minded and you want to learn about each other and see each other's perspectives. And I feel because of that, you really, um, I feel like you guys really trigger this thinking about who you are and what you want in life kind of situation. So it's quite an interesting date this weekend. I feel like it's going to extend and be like one of those that you're like, well, okay, that's good. Well, you want to go get coffee? You want to go do this? You want to go do that? And they're like, yeah, let's do that. And I feel like it ends up like if you plan on going to dinner for an hour, it ends up being like 5 hours or something like that. It just feels like that kind of energy where you just really click and they just enjoy the conversation so much before you realize it. The coffee shop is closing and you're like, hey, can we just go sit in the car? And then you're sitting in the car and talking before you realize it's been like time just goes like whoosh. So that's what I feel. I'm excited for you. So I can't wait to hear a report if you so choose to keep us in the loop. I know this human gets nosy, but I love it for you. But that's what they have for you, Renee. So many, many blessings. Enjoy your weekend. All right. And again, if I didn't thank you for your donation, thank you so much. All right. So, Dollface Diva, thank you so much for your patience. I think I'm done with the donation. So, we're back to the free readings, and you'd like a general for the rest of the week. All right. Let's take a look here and see what we've got coming in here. So I do like this for you because I feel like this is an empowering week. Because with the Two of Wands, this is your power of choice of where you invest your energy. And I feel like there's something that happens this week that would normally feel like disappointing, right? Something doesn't work out the way that you think it should in the past. But I feel like you stepping into your power and you're looking at it in a different way. Like um, something normally you would, you, you know, like all of us are trained, something doesn't work out the way we're like, oh, this happened to me. And oh, because we're taught this is what it's supposed to mean. This is how you're supposed to feel. And this is what you're supposed to do with all your energy. And I feel like with what you've been working on within yourself and within your life, that when something happens, I just feel like you have this bling and you realize, wow, I didn't even feel like that like I normally would. I'm just naturally felt this way instead. And I feel like you've been making it a new habit around certain things to feel a certain way. And when it happens, you're just like, and there it is. I didn't even I didn't, the anxiety didn't even start to rise. You just looked at it and went, oh, well, I'm going to focus on what I'm grateful for, kind of thing. Right. So I like this for you. It just feels like an empowering time where you just are noticing how you have changed because it's something that you haven't dealt with in a while, but um, you've changed your mindset around it. And now it's like one of those checkpoints, if you ever have them in your life where, like exactly as we're saying, you just realize I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago or a year ago. And wow, it just allows you to kind of turn back and look and go, look how far I've come. And I really like that for you, Dollface Diva. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings for you. All right. So continue moving down the list. And the next free reading will be Starfall, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Olivia. Good evening to you. And you'd like a general reading for work tomorrow. All right. Let's take a look here and see. What do they want you to know about work? Work tomorrow. Anything else? Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Well, it looks like there's a, beginning, like a transformation tomorrow. I mean, with all these cards, they all scream this, you know, transformation tomorrow and ending in a new beginning that's significant because here you have also the earth mother, which is a new birth and new things come tomorrow too. Oh, wow. Yeah. Because here is the spirit of swords, which is the king of swords, which that would make sense with communication coming in here too. But yeah, there's this new transformation. It feels very refreshing, harvest, rebirth, type of stuff that comes in here. So I like this for you here because um we have movement of swords, which is knight of swords, which again, both of these have this seeing things from a higher perspective, movement of thought and belief and mindset and expectation around things. And I like that all of this comes here around too, right? With this, um, the Three of Swords here is like our fears, our expectations. It's like letting go of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must around things. And there's this freedom that comes from this freedom from the fears. So I like all that because it's like, the fears that we have of, oh my gosh, what are they going to think about me? And what is this? What is that? What is this? You're just like, wow, I feel like they're just blown out of the water here. I feel that's very positive, Olivia, because I know, right? Uh-oh. Guess what? You get to go find a new job. No, it's not like that. Because you have the, again, innocence of pentacles, new money coming in. and the Hermit. And the Hermit is like this, it turns you inward and upward and just allows you to see uh, things about yourself here. And I like this because it's like I feel like you're going in here and looking at like, why was I fearing this? The Hermit is about taking time to like self-evaluation, going, why did I feel like this was going to be so bad? Where do these fears come from? And I feel like there's this freedom that comes. I feel like um, you know, they give you things to think about, obviously, with all this thinking and communicating here, but it just really allows you to see a different perspective of yourself, a higher perspective of yourself. So I feel like this individual, um, like your new boss here, is very intellectual. Yeah, I feel like your boss is this new boss is very intellectual, where they're I feel like you're gonna get well rewarded for what you do, but I feel like there's someone that always wants to help people improve. So, as you step out of this, your performance review, it's almost like there's gonna be some self-reflective homework that they give, like they give everyone, going, "All right, now, so here is where I feel that you could, improve," right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they're gonna be like, you know, they might even be asking like, "What is your goal in life? What do you feel you wanna do? And here's some things that I'd like you to look at and come back and we'll meet, like in our quarterly or, in our monthly one-on-one or whatever. And I just want to set some goals and we're gonna like put together a game plan." And it's almost like you go away. That's where this hermit energy is coming in, where they're like, I just want you to think about this and we're going to come together and it's going to be collaborative and we're going to find out where you want to go and what you want to do and what you want to learn. And for some people, they're like, oh God, can you just let me just do my job? But they're not that type of person. They're like, nope, we're going to be learning and growing and we want to put some goals together with some measurable things. As we used to say where I worked, it has to be specific and measurable and attainable and reasonable, but time bound. And I feel like the time bound thing, they're gonna want this. And it's like that's where I feel like you end up feel like you have homework like the teacher, right? It's like, oh great. But I like it. I like it because I feel like it is positive for you. So um here it comes. Yeah. So I like it. I like it. And that's what they have for you, Olivia. So nothing to be afraid of. I feel like it's yeah, just and again here came this beautiful Libra energy of balancing out the fears and those things coming in. So I like it for you. So I like it. I like it. You are very welcome. And thank you again for your donation, Olivia. All right. So let's see, we had done that here. So LA, thank you so much for your donation. And okay, and so you asked up here. So Stephen S's next actions, you've been having we're just telling he's going to settle your case the same month. Never will, so I think he's a legitimate madman. It's been 10 years. Oh my gosh. All right, let's take a look here. His next actions. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, all this energy I see here. Okay. It's the thing about asking for future things, and I know, tarot readers, we don't communicate it as clearly as we can about future stuff is all dependent upon our own energy. And so we really should say there's possibilities of the future. Like, if everything goes as the energy is today, this is what can happen. But, we are so much in control, which I'm seeing here, of our own energy and of our own outcomes too. But we'll see if we can pin spirit down if they'll give you some things here. Well, yeah. So I'm actually going to use these playing cards to see if we can pin down a time frame and say when will this be happening. Well, okay, so I feel like May might actually be the month. You have the King of Diamonds, which is, like, the ruler over money, right? And 5 and 5 and 5. I think it might be May with those coming in here. And I feels like so much of this has to do with such a wonderful transformation for you, because you've got the Ace of Wands, which is exactly what I was talking about with whatever we focus our energy on is what unfolds. We are co-creators, right? You have the Six of Wands and you have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands represents the barriers that we create, and the Six of Wands is this wonderful energy of victory. So if we focus our energy on what we do want, that's what grows and expands. I think we've talked about, when we focus on gratitude, we focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. That is what grows, that's what expands. If we, though, focus on the other side, which would be the fear of what is in our life that we don't want, or what's missing in our life, we draw more stuff in that we don't want and repel the things we want away out of fear, right? And there is this, amazing energy of, it's been 10 years and what I've been doing hasn't been working. And so, mm, yeah. So instead, gratitude, like, and I know this is going to sound weird, and um, I can already feel the resistance because it's like, what am I grateful for this person? I know, right? No, you know, instead of focusing on them, they're a madman and they're this and they're that and rah, 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 rah. There's this anger, there's this subconscious resentments and all this stuff. It's like, can we, can you focus energy on, because we have the high priestess here who goes into her temple, connects to the higher realms, goes down into her subconscious. And are we able to forgive them? Are we able to release them? And, what kind of work can we do there? You have the Innocence of Cups, which is about connecting to the unconditional love from above and standing true to your authentic self, but at the same time, releasing them in your heart and your emotions and releasing the outcomes to the universe, right? Because if this is like taking so much of your energy of like, I'm not getting the outcome I want, we're focusing our energy on missing the outcome that I want. And we're actually repelling the outcome further away, because when we invest a lot of energy, and even though you said you tried forgetting about it, but did we really, right? Because it was like, I'm not remembering, I'm not thinking of rabbits, I'm not thinking of rabbits. Well, we're thinking of rabbits, right? There has to do with, there's this deep The king also reminds me here of the emperor Aries energy of letting go of the wrath, forgiveness, no longer willing to be a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions, or words or whatever it may be. And I know it is hard to let things go when someone has, we feel someone has wronged us, right? But think about the energy of what if I drop the lawsuit? And I'm not saying that you need to drop the lawsuit. I'm just saying sit with it. That high priestess is stepping back, really looking at our beliefs and everything around this situation. How much of your 10 years of your life that it's been taking, and it's like, how do I feel inside when I go, you know what? I'm gonna drop the lawsuit. And if it's like, rah, well, it's that draws out the angry monster that's been hiding underneath the subconscious. And it's like, what am I afraid of? And there's some subconscious things that you can look through with all of that, with what, what am I afraid that they'll get away with? What am I afraid it'll mean about me? There's the fears, this fear monster that's underneath that, even though, like, I'm pretending there's not a monster under my bed, but I know they're there, you know, that helps bring that out when we just think about, and again, not saying that you have to, but just what does it feel like and what do you think about when you think, I'm going to drop this lawsuit, I'm going to free them, and I'm going to free myself at the same time. Rah! What was it, the Disney movie Inside Out? Is it Inside Out? I forget. But there's this little guy, he represents the anger emotion in this little girl, and he goes from 0 to flames flying out of his head. That's what I feel comes in there, but I feel like if you will take this action, that May is the month where you can have resolution that comes in here, because I feel like it's time to really look into the emotions and see the energy that you're investing, because if you feel like there's so much subconscious energy focused in on that you're not getting what you want, that it actually just repels them away. But if you change that energy to what you're grateful for and what the experience has been, even grateful for digging deep on who that person is, um, focusing on unconditional love and joy around the situation, that you can see this transformation of energy. And I know it's a lot to ask, but that is what spirit is bringing up as a possibility for you to transform the energy so that it doesn't get repelled, but that instead something to be grateful for, you draw it in, as well. So I know, LA, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. But that is what they have for you right now. So thank you again for your donation, and hang in there. All right. So Daisy, thank you for your donation. And you're sending me more spiritual dollars. So questions from earlier. Let's take a look here. Hadn't gotten that far yet. So let's see here. Scrolling. So, oh my gosh. How did I bypass you, Daisy? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I did not see your donation. What is going on? So, well, congratulations on getting A's on those 2 exams. So here comes the psychology exam, right? You're studying right now for your, and it seems like a lot. And what will you make on your psychology exam? Okay. All right. So how we turn it on Friday? Study is a bit too much. You're so sweet. Thank you for understanding. I don't know, how did it just blend in? You know, I just don't know. Let's take a look here. So what do they want you to know about this psychology exam? Anything else here? All right. And then I'm gonna also, for being so understanding, I'm going to give you an Earth Magic Oracle too, to see what else does Spirit have for you. All right. Well, I like it for you. So you've got the Heart of Wands, which would be the Queen of Wands, which tells us, I think you get this card a lot because the Queen of Wands is about wherever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands, right? So she's very powerful. She rolls over the fire. And she's also got, of course, cups. All the queens get cups as well. And this just shows that, you have the ability, you have the power, you also have the connection to the spirit world. So they're like, you know what? If you stay calm and you connect with us, we will help you through the test because you're doing the studying. You've attended, you've done the work all year long. So it's not like you have skipped class and haven't done the reading and everything else. It's all in this beautiful, like they say, this beautiful brain of yours. And they're telling you to have peace of mind because when you have peace of mind, then you have connection to your brain. And here's the sun: victory, abundance, overflowing, also connection to your subconscious. So I feel like there's all this beautiful energy here about uh, one, victory, but also connecting to your subconscious. And how funny that it is a psychology, which is, I'm sure they talk about subconscious in there. But I do like this. I just feel like do your best, just continue to read, absorb stuff into your brain. And, though it feels like here with this movement of pentacles, it's the slowest moving night of them all. And it feels like, oh my gosh, I think whether this is your final exam, right? It's like just trust this unfolding. Um, you know, I just with the sun card, I just feel like you're gonna do well on it. Just again, the Queen of Wands, she goes in with this confidence that I know I've studied, I'm good to come in here. And then the card that you got is Mountain, which is strength. It's a beautiful, beautiful card there. And let's see what that message comes in here for you as well. So it says the massiveness of the mountain in this image, bearing the blankets of snow as spectacular hues from the sun reflect on its body, evokes a sense of impenetrable and immovable strength and stature. A mountain's quiet, resolute immensity leaves us in awe and inspires us to reach for greater heights. Yet, it can also pose challenges. The firm base of the mountain evolves to the narrower crest in its attempt to reach the sky. More daring individuals become enamored by the peak and see it as something to conquer, although it can never be truly conquered. And when the mountain feels threatened in some way or simply shrugs its shoulders, the strength exhibited can wreak havoc for all beings caught on its skin. So, the message for you is it makes no sense to deny the strength you have at the cost of allowing yourself to be reactive and subject to external influences far beyond what is healthy for you. Imagine yourself as a mountain of strength, solidly grounded in the earth, your head held high as if you were touching the sky. Do so without straining, just as the mountain itself does not strain. The current situation calls for you to be vigilant, but not to the point of fear or paranoia. So be vigilant, but don't be paranoid or have fear. Be that rock of strength that you are capable of becoming. The solidness of your resolve will be clearly communicated when you model yourself after the towering immensity of a mountain, impenetrable and inscrutable. Standing steady like a rock is what is called for at this time. Boom, there you go. So I think you'll be fine. Be vigilant, but don't be paranoid or scared. You're fine. Just continue to study, give yourself some breaks, enjoy it, don't fear. Just take deep breaths and continue to ground yourself like that. That's very earthy grounding energy, right? So I like that for you, Daisy. What a perfect card for you. Be the mountain, be Mount Daisy. All right. But that's what they have for you right now. So thank you again so much for your donation and your extra spiritual dollars too. I accept those. All right. Thank you so much for your understanding as well. So I don't have any concerns for that at all for you. And we've been right all along. A's, A's, A's. Fine, fine, fine. You're doing great. All right, Daisy. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Always victory. You are up next for the next donation. And thank you for your donation. And so let's see here. What are your guides advising you to do to bring in your wish regarding your love life? Chop wood, right? An oracle. Yeah. The chopped wood card, I love that because that's a Zen saying of chop wood, carry water. It's do the daily stuff. Just continue to, do the things to make the things, enjoy the moments type of thing here. And I feel like we want to do an earth magic oracle. Okay. And then let's see what the tarot say here. So what is this work towards your wish regarding love life? Anything else? Okay. Okay. So you got the love tsunami coming in here with your wake up call. Here's like it reminds me of the moon card diving down into the emotions down in here. And I'll read the card here in a sec, but I just, we've got the Sage card here, which is about this invitation to dive deep and to really discover the capital T truth of who you are, what you want out of life, what you truly want out of love. And you also have the turtle swimming in the sea, moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, which does tell me that as you're diving deep in here, you are seeing, this information about who you want to be, cutting away some small T truths, the fears of losing conditional love. And, you know, we have the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos around life. And then let me just, because I could have done this while I was up here. You also have the fishies swimming in the sea, which this does have to do with discovering what's going on below the surface, right? Um, the Six of Pentacles usually tells me, and you probably have heard me mention it here, because I swear the Six of Pentacles comes up so much around relationship questions. And it has to do with our out of balance um, exchange rate for love that was developed when we were younger. And I feel like, especially with the ocean and the moon card coming up, that this is about the subconscious beliefs that are down below the surface that will repel people and keep them from coming into our lives and not allowing people to love us the way that our conscious mind, we be like, no, I want love. But the um, subconscious, where our young inner child, our emotional inner child that was created and developed, like 7 years old and younger, is like, no, 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 we don't deserve that yet. Because usually it's someone or someone's when we were younger where we had to give so much love and so much of our energy to get so little back, to where we developed this rate of emotional exchange of like 1,000 coins I have to give to receiving one. And when we go back and look at who that is, usually the usual suspects are like our parents or grandparents, or it's coaches, teachers, whoever it was. We will know when we bring it into our consciousness and we start to think about it and we go, who was it? And it's like, oh, it was my parents. They were so busy trying to work, have us a home, give us what we want, pay attention to all the siblings, have their lives, blah, blah, blah. I had to do so much and I got so little that carried over into my school and my work, my relationships, my friendships, whoever. And we realize that. We're like, "Oh, I see it now." Well, when we see it, dee, 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 this little edit button appears on the 1,000, and we're able to go into that little field and delete the zeros, which brings it down from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1, little save button, and then that goes down in there. That allows us our little inner child, instead of having these force fields, keeping people from maybe being able to give to us, um, because it was counting, and it's like, no, you're only at 899. You still need 101 more to get down to the 1,000 to 1. So you don't deserve love yet. But when we go down to 1, we're like, those force fields drop and this beautiful energy comes in. So I feel like this is a lot of the changing of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are coming in, especially when it's the sixes, that's happening here. That's opening up this flow to come in, as we look into that. So let me see what the tsunami says here as well. Oh, helps if I spell things right. All right. Um, so the message for the card is you are getting a wake up call. It may be in the form of a significant loss or other dramatic event in your life. And typically, one that you were not prepared for initially. You may feel stunned at first, surprised by the unexpected events that are occurring. Yet you also know that it is time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in the subtext of this event. You're experiencing a real life drama, so there's no need to amplify it more than it already is. Often, when you look back after something like this has passed, you can recall signs that foreshadowed it happening. There may have been obvious clues that you ignored or omens that were so subtle they were easy to dismiss as imaginings of the mind rather than the voice of your instinct. There are many anecdotes about animals operating purely on instinct, picking up on clues and naturally seeking higher ground before an approaching tsunami reaches the land. To negotiate this wake up call, listen closely to your instincts while at the same time seeking the higher ground of spiritual truth, which this is the higher ground of spiritual truths. Really digging deep into your heart too, of who you are, who you truly are. But I just really feel here, always victory, that this is what they were talking about, the work, letting some old ways of thinking drop so that allows you to move forward. And the sixes then do turn into this beautiful flow, three on each side, which has a flow in the middle instead of feeling like there's a block there. So I feel like this is what the message is, and I feel like this is so much like the moon card with what we had talked about. So that's what's coming through. Always victory. Hopefully that resonates for you. But many blessings, and thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, so I think I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody again. So sorry, Daisy. So Anna, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Need like a general for Dave and you. So let's take a look here and see what generally is happening. Whoops, for Dave and you. That card literally leaped out of the deck over here. So let's see what we've got going on here. All right. Well, so the first card that's here, oops, is the Three of Wands, which is this energy of changing directions of where you're investing your energy. You know, the card that came flying way out is the Ten of Wands, which here with the Wands energy is your drive, your ambition, your passion, and where you're investing energy and what has felt like a burden. There's this release that comes here because the 10 is endings and new beginnings, and the Ace of Wands is what comes after this, you know, with this renewal. And it's about new passion, new drive. And I feel like this is your energy. This is what you're doing because you have the Heart of Pentacles here. The Heart of Pentacles is like the Empress card. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's the Queen of Pentacles, which is new birth, you taking care of yourself, you focusing on yourself. And feel like the energy that you've been investing here with Dave and you, that you're really just kind of bringing it back to you and saying, what is best for me? And you're making decisions that are for you. And I like that coming in here for you because you do have also, you know, you've got two queens here. So you've got the Queen of Swords, which is the balancing of your heart and mind that is coming in here. You're seeing things from a different perspective. You're balancing your mind and your heart. And I just feel like there's this turning inward here where you're really looking at what is best for me. Because you do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is about feeling abundant and full in the outside world. And I feel like this is where this is coming in because you're really beginning to question what is it that I truly need to feel like a fulfilled outside world? Because usually there's like a family and a dog and children and money and a palace and all sorts of things in there. But I feel like that's what is happening here is that you're starting to see things a little differently about what you need to make this happen. And I feel like there is this different direction that you're looking to take here. And I just want to pull some cards here to see what does this new direction look like for you. Let me just reshuffle these real quick here. Yeah, I mean, you got the Wheel of Fortune again, endings and new beginnings, but I really feel like this is you choosing this because the Wheel of Fortune is that even your human feels that whatever this direction is that you're taking is fortunate for you. It's the tune of for you, the fortune. And so it is this energy because you have this spirit of wands, which is the king of wands, you stepping into your power, you initiating things, you driving things, taking risks, going a different direction. Again, all of this with this, you know, the 10 of wands is you taking the ace of wands here and pointing your energy in the direction that you want here. So, you know, you also had the you know, the fear of disappointment here The 3 of Swords is the heartache, disappointment type of energy that is here, and I feel like this is what is, initiating a lot of this change and this reflection on yourself because I almost it almost feels like here, Anna, that it's like are you reaching the point of just I'm just, tired of being disappointed and I'm ready to choose for me instead of me always giving, giving, giving to everyone else. And you're ready. I feel like you're just ready to, be for you. And I like this empowerment that is coming in here. But I don't feel like it's them, you know, choosing things. It's like the 3 of Wands is about you, especially the King of Wands right next to it. It's you choosing for you, and you're just like, "I'm done. I'm done, uh, trying to be and sacrifice everything. I get to choose me," uh, which I like. So this is the energy that's coming in right now with those cards, Anna. So hopefully that resonates for you and very empowering energy though. I really like it for you. So that is what's coming in. So that is what they have. Many thanks again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, always victory. Thank you for your additional donation. And should you have hope for you and E? All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. And you went Oracle and Tarot. And Nature Spirit is the Oracle we want here. So it's kind of like, is it worth the effort? All right. So your Oracle is walking in beauty. Look at that beautiful card. We'll start with that. And it says, radiant beauty surrounds you. You're beautiful inside and out. No matter what your age, your grace is growing, being in balance. And as you walk in beauty and feel gratitude for it, your life will be filled with immense splendor. Whenever you can, spend time in natural, wild spaces. And as you see and hear and feel beauty around you, your own beauty will grow. Your native spirit wants you to know that in the Native American traditions, there's the concept of walking in beauty. It's called Hazho Naasha. It's Hozho and then Naasha, just in case I murdered that, because that's in the Navajo Dina tradition. And it means being in balance with a natural way of life. When we are in the right relationship with the natural world around us, we are walking in beauty. The more you sense and see beauty around you in your environment, yourself, and your body, the more it will fill your life in all forms. Never say anything about yourself or your body that's negative. Don't put down yourself or others. Instead, affirm beauty and take time to adorn your body and personal space. Walk in nature and inhale the beauty of every part of our wonderful planet. Cherish yourself and the luminescence within you, and you will glow. The journey that you can do, if it resonates, says create outer harmony in your home environment, even in small ways, such as a vase of flowers, a scented candle, or clean windows. And your inner grace and radiance will begin to shine even more brightly. Wherever you go, look for beauty in your surroundings. And as a result, the world will become more beautiful. So I like the focus of the energy in that because it does talk about here you do get the Spirit of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, which does this is about abundance in the outside world that unfolds here. So this would be telling me that yes, it is worth it to do the work. Things do unfold in the outside world for you. Whether you end up with a particular person or not, doing the work is going to benefit you because you will enhance your worth in relationship to the outside world and what you see. And your outside world, like it says, when you walk in beauty, the outside world becomes beautiful. And if that means E being there, then they will. If it means them not being there, then they won't, right? Because it's going to be for your highest. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, which for me, the odd number stood out here, meaning there's an obstacle about your worth in the outside world here. And then there's also the, Seven of Wands is an obstacle in your energy, but they're in your face because they are there for you to see and to work through and to face, because then that transforms, the mindsets and the perception of your worth in relationship to the outside world, to where you don't feel like you have to, feel abandoned or left behind, left out in the cold, or that people are, the Seven of Wands is like people attacking you. It just allows you to not feel like you have to defend or that you have to find something in the outside world, that you're finding this worth from within, which is what this came in here as well. So I really like that for you coming in here. It does feel like it's worth doing the work. Um, and I feel like they're steering you away from having it be about a particular person and have it be about you finding your worth from the inward upward, because the King of Pentacles does teach us. I mean, they learn so much about the outside world in grow in their growing up throughout all the pentacles, because the king is of course the end of the suit. um the big one of the big things they learn is the Four of Pentacles, which is when they search for their worth in the outside world, their worth feels unstable because all those things in the outside world are unstable, right? Relationships, situations, and things are what we're told to define our worth by. So, people, of course, with the relationships, people change, people pass away, people walk away. And so when we define our worth by them, we feel unstable. Situations like jobs, education, social status, whatever things like situations we can get in, they're always changing. So those are unstable. And then also we've got like the you know, the situation. I'm sorry, things like our body, our bank accounts, those things that those things are, break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down. They're also unstable. And so what they're saying here is when you're looking to define yourself by those outside things, then that's when we feel unstable. But we eventually grow tired of that enough where we turn inward and upward, where we find our stability in the unconditional eternal love we find on the inside. And that transforms how we see everything on the outside. So these things that you're going through, the work that they're saying, you continue to do the work, because whether you end up with that person or not, it tells you and shows you who you are, and then the whole outside world transforms. It doesn't feel like it's lacking anymore, which is what that Five of Pentacles is, things falling short. Instead, you find the fullness inside, and everything else feels like abundance on the outside world. So I feel like they're not so much, I'll try to pull another card, but I feel like they're saying it's not about, um, about them. It's about you finding your worth on the inside. And then You're not looking to the outside to define you. You just look at it as above and beyond abundance there. So let's take a look. If you do the work, will things like currently, if they're doing the work that you're doing now, would you guys end up together? You know, they gave you the Three of Pentacles, being true to the authentic you, not worrying about other people's expectations. So they're pointing you back to you again. I- we tried, but I feel like that's what they're trying to show you is to, to turn inward and for that journey and not define yourself by those. And then I gave you the Strength card, which is turning inward and upward for your strength too. I kept on trying, they bust me out every time. I'm like, I'm trying, but they're turning you inward and upward for your journey and for that focus. So we try, we try always victory, but that's what they have coming through. Yeah, it's like they want you to focus on the inward because the outward is like that doesn't matter. If you focus on the inward, then the outward is abundance and overflowing. So when you turn inward and upward and focus on that, then your whole perspective of the individual changes. You might not even want them, um, but you're not concerned about it. It's just like if it happens, it happens. It doesn't because I found what I'm looking for. It's just extra anyway. What if they bring me an extra dessert or not? I already have my full meal on the inside plus two desserts. That's just extra, extra above and beyond type of feel. So that's what they have for you right now. So, what can we say? All right, and that's what they have for you. Always victory. So many blessings to you. I know, I know, I know. Hey, Rhonda, thank you for your donation. Let me scroll here and we'll find your question. I think you had a question earlier. Let me just I've had a lot of donations this evening. Thank you guys so much. And for everyone else, for your patience in me getting to the free readings. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you are uh, enjoying listening. Just hopefully I don't put you to sleep. All right. And I don't see a question here unless I missed it. So if you have a question, pop it down below there. Let me just go a little slower here. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. I don't see one here. Okay, there you go. So you wanted to ask, where are you at on your journey? Are you growing for your higher self? All right, yeah, let's take a look here. See what they would like you to know here. I mean, we know you are, but let's see what specifics they have around it, right? All right. Clear down here. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely are here because you've got the 9 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And so the 9 of Wands is that you've been really grasping here. The 9 is, of course, the hermit's journey. So you've really been turning inward and recognizing a lot of the barriers that you've had energetically that you've grabbed your Ace of Wands, which has allowed you to have a space in between where the monkey can get in between and move past these boundaries. And this is what's created some beautiful new opportunities in the outside world. But also, you've been looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. I mean, if you looked at yourself a year ago, you'd be like, what? So, you have um, that awareness there. It's on the bottom. You mean the monkey? Um, but so the 9 of Wands is showing that you're moving past, moving past the boundaries. And I mean, here coming into here's, the strength that we just talked about. This is your higher self with the wings and the lion self. And I love the way they have this because this is the joining together of your human with your higher self, this bonding together. You're finding fulfillment with this connection with your higher self here. You're becoming one. I like how they have this coming together. Very Leo energy and Leo energy. I don't, are you a Leo? I'm not sure. But there's this definitely this Leo energy too of this childlikeness where you're looking at the life in a way of more of an adventure and a journey, which is great. You're not taking life as seriously as you did. Again, looking at yourself a year ago, you look and go, wow, I have transformed, right? And the sun, beautiful, bright, victorious energy here. You've been looking into your subconscious again with this, the 9 of Wands. You've been making this movement, and though like you might feel like your progress is slowed a little bit because of the busyness. There's times in our life where we learn, like it's like in like school, when we would go, we'd have science class. And or I saw it in movies. The ones I had, we never did a whole lot of burning and blowing up of things. But you know we have classroom where we learn and we understand, and then we have lab where um, we put it to practice. We put the knowledge into action, and that's what you've been doing. You learned a lot and you've grown a lot. Now you're putting a lot of it into action here too, because again, you have the sage, which is about turning inward, and you're on this journey finding the capital T truth of who you really are and what you really want out of life too. So it's really been coming into fruition. And the 5 of Swords shows the transformation that you've been having in your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. The conflict that you have between your old fearing thoughts and your higher thoughts as connecting to the higher realms. This is what this is happening. You're having time to really think about things and transform things, and have this wonderful change of thinking around what you experience in your life, the stories that you apply to things. So you definitely, with these cards, having a wonderful progress. And they keep on saying, just look at yourself a year ago. Look at yourself a year ago today, and you'd be like, yeah, I'm nowhere close to who I was just a year ago. Then look 5 years ago. You don't even recognize yourself, right? Look at yourself a decade ago. You're like, wow, when I was 11, because you're 21, right? But you have this wonderful, wonderful journey that you're on. So definitely, you know, I feel like your higher self is, showing that lion and the higher self, you're walking hand in hand in this journey. And it's so different from when you felt you were alone. And then you began to have this awareness of your higher self. And then it's not like you felt you have to destroy your human. It's like you're bonding together, walking hand in paw, because that's the lion, right? Walking hand in paw together in this. So there's this wonderful journey, adventure kind of energy. And they're just saying, enjoy it, try to laugh as much as you can, be as childlike, not childish, childlike, right? And just enjoy the journey, enjoy it for what it is unfolding. But definitely a high five. Ksh, ksh. Yeah. Yeah. And you don't need to listen to that cockapoo doo doo. You get to be you and celebrate you. So yeah, they show up and talk to you as they don't want you to be you, and you're just like, "Well, that's okay. Bye." You know what? That's, like, one of the things in our life when we all have this birth in a way where we're afraid that we're going to let people down and that no one people are gonna reject us, but, I always love because Spirit was like, there's, what, 7 billion or something people on the planet, and there are gonna be many people that love us for who we are. In fact, this chat room is full of people that love you for who you are, right? And, even if we're all across the world, we all have each other and, very much supported and loved. And I used to joke because I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna be me, and if people don't like it, I will find my tribe. Even if it's a small village in China on the other side of the world, I will find them." And, so that's what is happening here. Yes, exactly. 25 and holding. So I love it, Rhonda. That is what they have for you. So good to see you, and I'm glad that you are listening and as you drive and don't fall asleep while listening to my deep, calm voice. And much love to you. And thank you again for your donation and enjoy your adventure. We're always here if you need us. All right. So I think that is all my donations. I believe so. Let me just make sure I didn't skip someone again. What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do with me? All right. So we did that one. We did that one. All right. I think we are good. All right. So we'd left off with Starfall. Hello, hello. And do you have any timeline for when you're going to be meeting your next partner? So timeline. Let me see here. Let me pull a tarot real quick here and see if they want to give us anything here. So you have the King of Pentacles. So there is this outside journey coming in here. So I almost thought it was the Knight of Pentacles, which would be like patience, trust, time is unfolding. I'm going to use a standard playing card deck here. See if they'll give us any idea on time here. Oh no. So they gave me another king. When I get a face card, it's about, oh, it's all up to you, the time frame, because the kings rule, they're the balancing, and the king of hearts out of them all, right? But it is about the whatever we focus on, there's a range of timing and they are referring you back to self love and what you can control, which is turning inward and upward. The Spirit of Pentacles, they're all in the pursuit of their own self worth in relationship to the outside world. So they're nudging you back to self love. The more we work, though, on raising the vibration of our inner love, the faster love in the outside world happens and unfolds too. So right now they're going, look at your love for yourself, connecting to your higher love, and then that opens up the pathways of love to the outside world too. Because they say we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to give, it's going to drip out. No matter how much love they want to give me, it's going to drip in. So as we expand our self love with capital S self, the more the love for the humans also opens up the pipeline. So we can flood love out and receive floods of love back too. So their message right now, continue to work on your inner love. I know. I want dates and times, but not today. So that's what they have, Starfall. So that is your message. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. You too, Rhonda. Have a great sleep. Not while you're driving, though. Hey, Mel. Yeah, you can definitely donate. I'm going to be on for just a little bit longer here. I'm approaching my 3 hours, but I'm going to try to get a couple more free readings in here. I've had a ton of donations, so thank you guys so much for those. And because bruddaZEN loves to eat. I mean, we all need to eat, right? So I appreciate all the love and support for sure. Right, Dojona. So, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Let's take a look here. All right. Wow. So you do have here some double endings and double new beginnings coming in here with the Wheel of Fortune, which is positive things happening and unfolding here. So whatever is ending here is for your highest. And you have the Heart of Wands here, which is the Queen of Wands. So definitely this connection to the spirit world, because this is your higher self calling you up here too. I feel like it's a time here to really spend as much time as you can connecting to that inner you know intuition and your connection to the spirit realm, because they are going to be guiding you here. You have this, like this, the endings and new beginnings that are happening. um I feel are like 50-50. They're like 50% of the changes are things that are happening on the outside of you, and the other 50% are things that you're initiating from the inside out, and that it's important for you to have that connection with spirit, because the stronger your clarity of hearing their voice, the more abundant it is for you, because you're able to just to really zero in and make decisions that take you into this wonderful place of it feels overabundant and unfolding there as well. So I really like that for you, Dajona, and that's what they have for you right now. So I like it. All right. All right. So Mel, I don't see a donation yet, so I will continue to do free readings. In fact, um, because we are close to ending here, I'm going to kind of speed up the free readings and kind of do what I call a lightning round, where I'm going to, kind of just answer as many as I can here in the next 15 minutes or so here. So, Richard Data, hello, hello. So, you want which one will be able to get a clear, be able to clear the CUET or the ITT jam? All right, so let's take a look here. Just one card for each. So, first one will be CUET, and the second one is ITT jam. All right. Wow. So, it actually looks like here both are within your power to clear. You've got the Two of Wands for the first option, which is whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And you have the King of Wands, which is whatever you focus on grows and expands. So it is a possibility here that you're able to um, like do either or. So I like this power of choice that comes in here. Of course, the king, the spirit of wands feels like the second one, the IIT jam. This one, feels very empowering. This one feels empowering, but it looks like the second one is just like bam big. So that is what I feel the energy is coming through on that for you. So that is what they have. Many blessings to you. All right. So, Cynthia Brito, will Eric come tonight to visit you after work? Let's take a look here. We have the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and mind, of expectations from calmer water, choppy waters. So, this leans more towards like, yes, that they will, because there's movement, but I feel like it may not be. Um, I feel like the visit may not be in person, though. I feel like they might just communicate with you, like talk to you. It just feels like there's movement, but it with the movement of three. swords to the other. It's like a change of expectations. Like they visit with you, but not physically, if that makes sense. So I don't feel like they come over, um, but I feel like they contact you and they communicate with you anyway. So that's what's coming through for you, Cynthia. So many blessings to you. All right, Julia, you are up next here. Hello, and tell you, how does Alex feel about the breakup? Let's take a look here. So the hanged man here is seeing things from a different perspective. I just feel that they're kind of in a cocoon. There's kind of like this patience. I almost feel like it's processing, like they kind of have pulled back and they're like in a cocoon and they're just, like a caterpillar does. They're just like figuring things out, transforming things, letting things go, becoming someone new. So I feel like they're they're being a man. That's funny. That's your spirit guides. They're being a man. They're shoving all of their emotions down deep inside and they're dealing with it all on their own in a little cocoon away from everything else. But I don't feel anything um you know uh horrible about it. We have the two of cups. So they are thinking about the relationship. Um but and there's emotion there, which I like that they're confirming there is emotion there. It's just being held in a cocoon. It's being contained as they work through it and process through it. So that's what's coming through there. So I don't feel like any um anger. It's almost like it's numb, like they have it in a nice um soundproofed cocoon where whatever's going on in there, no one knows. It's just all in there blowing up and doing whatever it needs to do. And then they eventually will bring it to the surface to deal with. But like I said, I feel like they're just being a man right now. So that's what they have for you, Julia. So many blessings for you. Actually, I just did yours just now, Julia. Wow. Perfect timing. All right. So, Silent Victory. You like a general reading? Let's take a look here. We're kind of doing a lightning round here, just because we're kind of upon 3 hours, but I want to get you guys at least some answers tonight here. You have the Innocence of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. So there is this transformation and this change of a new type of emotion, new type of love that's coming in here. Feels new. It feels um I don't know, it just feels like it does. It feels like a new emotion you haven't felt before. And it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm in love. It just feels like you're like, well, this is weird. I haven't felt like this before. What is this emotion that I'm feeling right now? And it feels like it's almost like it's like you're tasting an emotion and you're trying to figure out, okay, now I taste some raspberry in there. It's like you're trying to figure out what it is you're feeling right now with whatever's going on. And it just feels like a new emotion, a new feeling that you haven't had before because they're showing me like a taste test. So it's just like it's almost intriguing and you're like trying to figure it out, if that makes sense. And it's good. It's good for you because I feel like you diving deep into it allows you to see what the situation really is about and how you truly are feeling about it. So I like it. All right. And that's what they have for you right now. Silent Victory. So many blessings for you. All right. And so Mez P. Hello, hello. I am well. I hope you are well. And you'd like to know if there's anything you need to know this week coming your way. All right, let's take a look here. Wow, you got the dead rat card. I'm just kidding. The Ten of Swords is a great card. I know it doesn't look like a great card, but they're not dead. They're just exhausted from trying to live up to so many expectations. And so this week it's saying that you're just done. You're letting a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and trying to control things that you can't control and not trying to be who other people want you to be. It's a really nice start of you just releasing yourself from a cage so you can have some air to breathe. And I like that. I feel like you're letting go of some stuff here this week. Um, situations, people acting certain ways. You're like, you cannot control that. People trying to make you be someone you're not, that's not their business. They can be whoever they want to be and you can be whoever you want to be. So I feel you're releasing yourself from a lot of this cage and you're letting other people out of their cages too. And it's freeing. You're just exhausted trying to be God's little sheriff for others, trying to help them be who they are supposed to be. But you're releasing yourself from them too. And it's like, freedom. I just feel this big weight lifted this week for you. So that's what's coming through for you, Ms. P. Many blessings to you. And where did I leave off here? There we go. Mars. So you said M said something a little awkward today, and it kind of disturbed the mood a little bit. Uh, could he tell you were off put by it? Did he know it possibly wasn't the best thing to say? Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit mention about that here. You know, I don't feel like they did. This Wheel of Fortune, I feel like they just feel like things are rolling, things are going along. I feel like with this, and this isn't the normal thing of the Wheel of Fortune, but I feel it's like they just roll with it. It's like a whale. They're just like, oh, okay. They just kind of live in the moment and they kind of go forward and I don't feel like they I don't say they think a whole lot. They don't put a whole lot of forethought because they just kind of roll forward. It's like they let a lot of things just fall off like um, what is it? Water off a duck's back or something about a frog's butt is waterproof. It just flows right off. And I don't feel like they worry as much about it. Um, I think they have less. Uh, I just feel like they have really thick skin because of how they grew up, and they just don't think about it a whole lot. Because I feel like they grew up around where people just say what they're going to say, and then when they got their feelings hurt when they were younger, they were just taught to go like, "What are you crying for?" Blah, 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 blah. And so they just really learned to be like, "Oh yeah, you know what? People say things, they're not easily offended." And I don't feel like um, they worry about it, a whole lot. They just are themselves, right? So I don't feel like they get it, but they also don't usually get offended easily either. So something that we can all learn from that, right? It's like I feel like in our society we get offended too easily these days because we're given so many expectations. It's crazy, right? But that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. And so Anj, ANJ, you want to know what YouTube channel you should start to be successful and enjoy. Let's see here what spirit, any guidance here. It's always the scavenger hunt determining what it is. Yeah, what it is you truly want. Here's the sage. It's the journey. We wish that we could just have a book come down here and tell us exactly how everything should be, but a big part of your journey in this lifetime is the steps of discovering the scavenger hunt to find out who you truly want to be. How do you truly want to express your heart to the world? What makes your heart sing? What brings you joy? If you do something you love, it will be successful by however you define success to be. And when you're enjoying it, then it naturally grows and you'll be enjoying it as you're doing it, right? But if you're doing something for, I want a popular, successful YouTube channel, it's not going to work because your heart's not in it and people see right through it. It's like when you hear someone sing a song and you're like, well, they're very well trained at singing, but it feels empty. And then you have someone who singing from the heart that may not have had as much training and maybe they're not exactly on tune, but you have tears running down your face with them singing and shivers and hair standing up because you're just like, wow, because you can feel the difference. Their heart's in it, their mind, this person's mind's in it, this person's heart's in it. So I feel like Spirit is saying, discover what it is that would make your heart sing. How do you want to share the love in your heart with the world? And then do that, and you'll see it grow because of that. So that's what they have for you, Ange. So many blessings for you. All right. Let's see, where am I leaving off here? So we answered those. We answered those. Oh, very cool, Christy. Okay. All right. So RKRK. I think I have a donation down here. So RKRK, you'll be my next free reading. Let me just jump down here. Okay. So Cheery, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know who was the person that you'd seen on the bus? He looked like a male you wanted to talk to and you hugged him. So, oh, wow. Very cool. So you want to know who was that person? And let me just double check here. I think, yeah, and Sherry, I think you responded that you know that you won one of the 30-minute recorded readings on Monday. So be sure to check out the giveaway there as well. All right. Well, let's take a look here and see who was the person that you saw on the bus. Oh, you wanted to hug and talk to him and hug him so badly. Okay. You didn't actually do it. I was like, wow, people probably looking at like, why is she hugging the air? I get it now. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, it definitely was one of your spirit guides here. You've got the nines, which is the hermit's journey, which is all about the lantern, the guides. So it is one of your spirit guides that was making themselves known to you. To It's like they're coming and introducing themselves to you in the outside world through your third eye, where it seems so real to you, right? And their big piece here is they're helping you understand your worth in relationship to the outside world and helping you process some fears you've had here because there's this the 3 of Pentacles represents some heartache that you've had in the past. And this feels like this heartache came from uh, someone being removed out of your life, like someone got moved out of your life, and it felt, the fear of them leaving and that went out here. And it could even be if if you've had someone that passed away in your lifetime that made you feel this way, then this could be them showing up, but they are disguising themselves and introducing the energy first, because if they had appeared as themselves, that would have freaked you out, right? So I feel like whoever this is, I just really feel like it's someone that maybe has passed. If not, it's someone that got yanked out of your life, just like they were gone like that. It just feels like a lightning strike where they were in your life one day and the next they were gone, and it just made you feel this fear of being abandoned. And this is what they're coming in here, just to help you release these fears that are tied to it, that you've have it related to your self-worth here. And they are processing that, and they're helping with that. You might even feel a similar energy while you're dreaming, because when your mind is at rest and the guard is asleep, that's when the your spiritual posse and spirit guides will be coming in to help process that too. but I feel like this is part of the energy that they're bringing in here so that you can release some of these fears that were tied to that event that happened in your life, if that makes sense. So that is what I feel is coming through there for you, Cheery. I know your second win, 30-minute personal recorded reading. Boom. So that is what they have for you, Cheery. So very, very interesting. And I look forward to hearing from you soon for your reading. All right. Many blessings. Again, thank you for your donation. All right. So always victory, victory, victory. Thank you for your additional donation. So if you took Spirit's advice, could things turn around for you in E this summer? All right. Let's take a look here. Your spirit guides are so funny. Because you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is it takes time for fruit to grow on the fruit tree. So they're like, well, this is more of a patience card, which that's them funny saying here. And then you have another seven here too. Seven of Cups is there's some emotional confusion that has to be cleared up, and it's going to take time for all of this to unfold. Again, sevens with those blocks that we had talked about, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is focusing on your relationship of your worth in relationship to the outside world is what unfolds during this waiting period here. They're trying to clear up emotional confusion on both sides and self-worth in relationship to the outside world in both of them. So I don't feel like it would happen this summer. I feel like they're saying patience, it happens, but the more we work, of course, on our inner worth here, the faster things, the fruit grows on the tree, but they're, referring it back to here again. They're so funny. This is the first card that popped out. Patience, grasshopper. Patience. I tell you what, always victory. We can try and try and try. They just are being stubborn, right? But that's what they have for you. So thanks for the additional donation. Hang in there. Hey, trouble woman, trouble woman. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. They actually want to go to these Earth Magic Oracles. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know right now. There it is. Wow, look at that. Rainbow blessings. Do rainbows mean something special to you? Possibly. And let's see what message comes in here. You're like, yeah, the storm has passed, and it's time to enjoy the refreshing beauty of this cycle, even though it has been difficult to appreciate any sense of purposefulness in what you have endured lately. You can now, as they say, count your blessings. Do not just look at the brighter side, adhering to some academic mantra that has no heart or depth, but do so slowly and with genuine gratitude that is expressed up close and personal. This ever evolving process of life itself is a blessing, an opportunity to exist as a human being on earth. The planet is a beautiful garden, even if it does not always appear to be so. Sometimes it is only when you look back at a memory of an experience that you can truly see the blessings that have come from them. Bless your difficult or painful experiences and let them go. Boom, boom. So the storm has come and gone, and now it is time to count the blessings. Even there was, I think it's an oracle card in one of the readings I have. It talks about listing like 5 of the most challenging times we had in our lives, and then looking back at it, like it was talking about, looking back at it and going, "What did I learn from it, and who am I today because of that?" It's like looking at it as the blessing and trying to look at the hindsight and going, "Yeah, as I was going through it, I had no idea that this was for me. I felt like it was happening to me, but now we can look back and look at how things are happening that happened for me, and I see it now." So I really like that for you, trouble woman. That's what spirit wants you to know right now. Really look at some of the experiences you had, and if the recent ones, sometimes the recent ones are the ones that we can't see past yet, but look back further and go, "Oh, okay." I know I chose the family I did where we weren't around a whole lot of each other a lot of time, but I learned to really connect with spirit when I throughout my life because I spent a lot of time alone from humans, but I connected more to spirit. And I'm like, I see why I wanted that, why I chose that. So I really like that coming in here for you, trouble woman. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. Hey, Kavita. No, I did not get to your reading. And let me take a look here. You are very welcome. Let me see where we are at here. Um, I'm just going to do a quick thing here. Okay. Yeah, it looked like you were just a couple away. And it looks like those are all, I did all those. Just seeing how far I have. Uh, yeah, I have a ton more to go. It's been a very busy night. So let's see. I've got RK, and then Kavita. You were next. So you two will be my last two free readings for this evening because I'm going on over 3 hours. Before I complete those, though, I do want to make sure everyone knows. Hey, Kimberly. Oh, right. And always victory. I will complete, of course, any donations I will complete during this session as well. Um, you're so funny. Always victory. So, just so everyone knows, I do have a weekly giveaway, and here is the video for that. Every Tuesday, I put out a video announcing my next giveaway on the following Monday, and like what I'm giving away and any other giveaway news. This one talks about monthly giveaway as well. I'll be giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings this next Monday. And there's also, like I said, some monthly giveaways there as well. So that is that one. So you can check that out. And then the monthly giveaway has to do with actually this playlist. So if you haven't checked out your uh, April monthlies, you can check out that free playlist as well. And each week, I also put out a pick a card, at least one. And the pick a card that came out this morning is what you don't see about your relationships. So you can check out that one as well. And so we can do that there. And Anj, I did complete yours probably within the last 30 minutes. So if you rewind, I did complete yours already. Yeah, Bree, I can still donate. I'll complete donations during this session, but my last two free readings are going to be RK and Kavita. I knew it was a K. I'm like, so I will complete those as well. Um, yep. So there you go. Always victory. So you can have an oracle too. And so you want to know if you were to get together, would this happen this year? And would it feel like it was worth the wait? I love it. Yeah, I understand. It's like, oh, we like to have a lot of information, right? So let's take a look here. All right. And we're going to pull from the Native Spirit Oracle here. Okay. Ooh, Sacred Mountain is your oracle here. Machu Picchu, I think that's what it's called. I probably don't know their exact word. Machu, is it Machu Picchu? Maybe. uh, oh yeah, thank you, Felicia, too. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you've given the videos. I really appreciate that as well. Something free that everyone can do. So I appreciate you guys doing that. It helps spread the Zen love. So always victory. Sacred Mountain says, be still and take the time to move into the silent place within yourself. Locate your internal source of power. Meditate. Wait. Do not move forward until it feels right. Surrender to stillness. Do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. And the native spirit wants you to know from the vantage point of the sacred mountain, your power grows. In silence, you'll find your sacred witness. It is the dwelling place of your soul. In peace, seek and discover your truth. Move past the bustle and clatter of life into sweet quietude. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that it can be healed. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. This peace gives birth to your serenity. Seek solitude to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. The journey, if you so choose to accept, says travel to the peaks of hollowed mountains. And if you can't do this in person, travel in your meditation. Imagine yourself atop a high peak. You can see the world in all directions. Give thanks and offerings to mountains whenever you encounter them, and the spirit of the mountain will deeply appreciate your gift. So turn inward and upward, see things from a higher perspective. And you do have the earth mother, which is a new birth, but also mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing yourself. But I feel like they're telling you here, like, yes, before we tell you this, spend time with yourself, go into quietude, go upward, and then you do have, sensuality, mother nature, mother nurture, a new birth, um, which that one talked about new birth coming into. And again, I just feel like they're avoiding your question tonight. They're just like, the real answer is to take your focus off of them and put it on you and move upward and do that. And then uh it's like, I almost feel like it's like, and then we check back later. They're like, focus on you, focus on you, focus on you. Keeps coming through, even in the oracle. Um, so I know, always victory. We want to know all that information. So that's what we have there. So I know. We'll have to give it some time and then we'll check back. All right. So many blessings there. Bree, yes. Congratulations, Bree. I'm so glad. Yeah, it just they love telling you, right? So perfect. And so, should you choose J or O for a relationship? Both say they want you, and you don't know which would be a better option. You and both of them are also Sagittarius. Sounds like a big fun party. All right, let's take a look here. And what we'll do, of course, there's no shoulds. Usually, we'll see which one's for your highest experience, and are either one of them like a destined, fated soul that you are to be in a relationship with. So we'll take a look here at J first. See what energy comes in with J, and then what comes in with O. All right. All right. So J, you have here, which is the Seven of Pentacles, which is this is like it takes time for the fruit to grow on the fruit tree. And then we have the Heart of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. And this is like a balance between heart and mind, right? So I feel like this is like a very calm, patient unfolding. It feels very earth, the earth element here feels grounding and balancing for you here. So we've got that type of energy coming in there. And then we've got, oh, Five of Wands, Nine of Wands. So a lot of passion, a lot of um, well, yeah, I can imagine. But, it depends on the year too with the soup that they are, right? But it feels like, maybe one has are like they the same age? Because that would be weird, right? But I feel like one has more earth energy in him because this one, he's got a lot of fire. So he has a lot of Sagittarius energy, definitely. Um, just feels like this, bam, 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 bam. A lot of fire, like he's like a firestorm, a lot of energy um, that goes on here. A lot of passion, but there's this energetic block here too with the Nine of Wands. So out of the two of them, this one, feels more stable here uh, as far as balancing of heart and mind. This one feels more physical and more passion, you know. Um, so it just feels like, yeah, well, yeah. What a difference a year makes, right? Because it feels like the like Jay is more balanced in heart and mind, and that things unfold, and it's like um, it's a slow kind of process that goes on with that, and then but with the second one, it just feels like it's fire, 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 and it's like a sparkler that goes off, and the other one's like a slow burning, and not even burning. It just feels like a balance of heart and mind, and that. So, depending on what you're looking for, of course, is up to you. But those are the two energies of the two of them there. The five and the seven it feels like a lot of like some friction as well. Um, so it just feels like even though like one's like a year older than the others, like the year really has made a difference in their life. It just feels like that way. So that is what's coming through, Bree. So how exciting. You're like, which do I want? Too funny. Hey, Miss Sweet Like Honey. No, I did not, and I'm not going to be able to get to it this evening. I have two. I'm doing RK and Kavita are the last free readings, and then I'm still taking donations as well that I'll complete during this one. But other than that, I'm not going to be able to because I'm hitting 3.5 hours right now. So my energy is going. So appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow night though. And for everyone else too, that's here Wednesday through Sunday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So, and if you need anything tonight, and you're not able to make a donation, if you check out my main, page, I have a ton of, free content, pick a card readings around a bunch of different things as well. So that is what, is available. Well, there you go. There you go, Bree. So perfect. All right. So many blessings. Good to see you as well. All right. Always victory. So let's take a look here. Do your guides want you to accept that this is never going to happen? Aw. Aw. Let's take a look here and see what are their intentions with this here. Do you guys want you to accept that this is never going to happen? Let me see here. I'm gonna pull from here the gateway of light activation. Let's see. Let's choose a different oracle and see what they have here. Hmm. So you've got the heart. This let's see the Stargate heart, opening your heart. The heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. Let's see what this brings in here. So, the heart chakra is our connection to love and generosity. And when opened, it can take us on a powerful expedition to experience love. In Sanskrit, it's known as anahata, if I said that word right, which means unstruck or even unbroken, revealing that even though we may feel our heart is broken, our true spiritual heart is always whole. The heart chakra governs all aspects of our heart, including relationships, what lights us up, and of course, our self worth. Hmm. This gateway transports us to an emerald city, the temple of our heart. This sacred space within is a place of wonder and love. Here we are reminded of the sacredness we hold within and are encouraged to know that although it's like a hidden treasure, this beauty deserves to be seen and enjoyed by the outer world. In the gateway image, there's a path to the Emerald City, but it is a path less traveled. And this can represent many years of denying our self worth and also moments during many lifetimes when we've pushed love away. But now we are moving closer to the love we are. Your message, your heart space is a sacred space deep within you. For some time, you have protected it with psychic shields that have not only stopped you from being hurt, but also stopped you from feeling love. This gateway appearing shows that you have finally dropped these shields and are ready to experience love. Universal wisdom wants you to know that this is your divine right. You are highly empathic and generous soul who has so much to give, and you're being called forth to reveal the deeper and more vulnerable aspects of your being. Divine light beings are surrounding you, holding you, and encouraging you to relax. All the restrictions and blockages of your heart space are being removed. The worst will be behind you, and the world needs you. So, very fitting because you also got the Six of Pentacles. I think you just had this, didn't you? If not, this has come up a couple times during these last 3 hours or so. So, forgive me if I repeat this, but The Six of Pentacles is about finding out what of your beliefs around the transaction rate of love is down underneath in our heart chakra, in our subconscious. That out of balanced um, exchange rate of love that we had, when we're younger. So, and if I said this already, my apologies. But when we're 7 years old or younger, that's when we develop that out of control, I mean, not the out of control, out of balance, you know, um, rate of exchange because we had to overgive when we were younger to feel like we got a little bit back. So usually it's parents or, someone, whoever it was that we were like, I need your love when we're 7 years old and younger, and we weren't getting a whole lot of it. We had to do extreme things to get a little bit back. And so we have this way out of balance, like 1,000 coins, 1,000 love coins I have to give to, and I deserve one back. And with this exchange rate that's there, it seeps into our subconscious, down into our heart chakra. It's like that's what's telling us about what our giving and receiving rate factor is. And so we don't realize that, children, we don't know any better. Well, that sounds good, 1 to 1,000, sure. And then it impacts all our life later too, to where, like, I know for me in school, I had to overachieve in school to deserve, like, I deserved anything, because that's when I got attention. It's when I overdid things, right? And then in work, overdid things so I could get attention. Relationships, friendships, whatever, over giving to receive a little bit back, right? And until we consciously bring it up and deal with it and think about it, even though consciously, like you said, over 5 years, I'm like, "I've been wanting this love," but like that card just said, but we've been repelling love, and that's what happens because even though in our conscious mind, like, "I want love from this person or these people or whatever," underneath the surface, our subconscious little inner child is going, "Nope, nope, nope," it's keeping score. It's like hatch marking. It's like, I have not given 1,000 yet, so I don't deserve a 1 coin back. And then once you reach the 1,000, like, yay, 1 coin, you start back at 0 again. So even though we're thinking that I'm inviting love, underneath the surface, there's this powerful subconscious energy that has this force fields. Our little inner child's going, nope, you can't have it yet. It's repelling it and keeping it from us. So once we do the inner work, once we look at things and we realize, consciously, who was it that I was trying to overplease and overdo to get that? Once we do this, then a little, like I say, a little edit button appears above that 1,000 where we can go in there and erase those zeros, and it brings it down to 1 to 1 instead of 1 to 1,000. We hit the save button, that goes in, and then these force fields drop. And then love flows in for us here. So I feel like when we're asking, do your guides want you to accept this is never going to happen? I feel like that's not been the purpose of this. The purpose of this is that they've been a mirror for you, showing you the unlove, the inability to receive love over and over and over, so that you would see this, so that you could release it and go, oh my gosh, these force fields that have been up. Now your inner child goes, yay, we can, and then it lets it down. And then you have this flood of love that comes in, whether from them or from whoever. But I feel like that's what has been about. It hasn't been about, a particular slow torture. It's been happening for you so that you could see that. So that's what I feel is coming through there. Always victory. So hopefully that helps there. You're welcome. I know. I know. Oh, good. I'm glad. It's like, oh, okay. So so that's what you can do. You can consciously think back 7 years old and younger is when our emotional body is being created. That's usually around the period, and you can identify that person or persons. Again, thank you so much for your donations, so many of them, and I understand wanting to know. I need to know. All right. So let's see. We left off with RK, I believe. Yeah. So RK, is your ex Manav? Um, is he missing you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what's going on with Manav. RK, with these two cards here, this is fire energy here with the king. It says spirit, but it's the king of wands in the standard tarot. And the chariot is movement forward, movement, movement, movement. With both of these, I get this energy like of a forest fire or a grass fire. They are all about right now and burning forward. A grass fire doesn't go backward, it doesn't miss things. I feel like it's like they don't miss anyone or anything. They're just like, what's the next thing to consume? That's what a grass fire does. It can't go backwards because there's nothing to burn that way. I can only move forward. So I don't feel like they look backward, and they just look at what's happening now and what's happening next, not what has happened. So I kind of feel like with everything in their life, they could even do it with their family, out of sight, out of mind, where they just don't miss anyone or anything. So it's not personal. It's just their personality and their makeup of the character that they are. So I would just go, you know what? Let the forest fire or the grass fire keep going so that it doesn't come back and burn you. I feel like that's good that they're going forward because you deserve something different for you than that. And so that's what's coming through. So that's what they have for you, RK. So many blessings to you. And then my last reading, my last free reading for this evening, that is going to be Kavita. So if anyone does want me to complete their reading this evening, I still accept donations. I'll complete it in this session. But this will be the last free one. And then I will be back, like I said, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I do, if you are subscribed, make sure to click on your notification settings and set them to all, because I do post an hour before that, going live, the announcement. You can jump in there like a free concert with no assigned seats. You can jump into the chat and post your question and leave. And then I do go in order with those too. So you can kind of get in line early if you want. All right. So Kavita, you'd like a general reading, please? You're so funny. All right, Kavita, let's take a look here. All right. Wow. So you have, I just put this back in, it came flying back out. So you have this movement coming in here with you have the Heart of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands, fiery energy. You have the Chariot, which is movement, and power of choice energy coming in here too. The Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, she rolls over the fire. She holds the Ace of Wands, but she also is a portion of water, which allows her to connect to the spirit realm and has that, deep thing within, that connection within. So when she's needs to make choices and she's unsure, she connects to the higher realm, to the eye in the sky, her posse of support, asks them for direction. She gets direction, allows her to make choices that are for her highest experience and to have things move forward too. So I really like that because, the in addition to choosing in each moment what, the story is that you apply to something, what emotion you choose in each moment, and also what energy you invest each moment, is really about taking power and stepping into your power of choice here. So this allows you to know that, in each moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And whatever you focus on is what does expand. So, like in the case of fearing that something's going to leave your life, we actually will repel it out of our life. If we fear something will come into our life, we actually draw it in to our life as well. So instead of focusing our energy there, we can move it over and focus on gratitude and unconditional love and joy. That also raises our vibration to that of the higher realms. So your clarity of the messages you're getting from spirit too are really fine tuned. So I love this energy of power of choice and what is possible for you as well. So I really like that. And that is what they have for you, Kavita. So many, many blessings to you. All right. All right, everybody. Well, I don't see any other donations. And so that will be it for this evening here. Thank you guys again. And sorry to everyone that I wasn't able to get to for the free readings, but I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And of course, Wednesday through Sunday night as well. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings. So if you guys need any answers tonight, and please be sure to check out my bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot page. I have a ton of free content out there with my playlists. So if you just follow your heart, and spirit will guide you to the readings that have messages for you. All right, everybody. Thank you again so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. I appreciate all your love, all your support, and all the thirst that you have from hearing from spirit and for seeking after spirit. So please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, have a great rest of your night or great rest of your day, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you, and you guys take care. We'll see you soon.